excited.
Okay, there goes. Looks like we're good on YouTube. And looks like we're good on Twitch. Send that. Over here, hit the retweet button. Over here, press enter.
Can they hear my voice in the stream yet? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hello, YouTube.
Oh my god. A Twitch audience member all the way. I'm going to get a, while we're, greeting everybody and getting set up, I'm going to send you a pool name and a password. And that way we'll be able to join up on each other without having to actually exchange friend codes. So.
Yeah. Sounds good.
We're gonna need to get a. I think Dash is big enough. Yeah, Dash covers up the whole screen. He's a big boy, and so now I can go and create this pool.
Oop. Hold on, let me just get my game open.
Dash is a girl, thank you very much.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
And welcome, Debbie.
Hi. Do you need me? I just wanted to pop in and correct that. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to have you. I am in the process of putting together a lobby here. Okay, so there's that, and then making the lobby. And the lobby should be coming up anytime now.
Thank you.
It's Jules' rating. I didn't even know Jules streamed.
Jules streams?
Apparently, because Jules just rated with a party of 3.
Jules, why didn't you say anything?
1 second.
Who's Jules?
Hold on. A regular in the chat.
Oh, Poggers.
Done.
Okay, I'll be... 1 second.
Oh, apparently we are actually following Jules. Okay, good. Just had to make sure there. Okay.
The shout out thing. Yay.
So, Devi, you'll be able to join on me and you'll know the password.
Okay. Was the one from yesterday, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
And then, yes, there is an announcement. Welcome, Crystal, and welcome, Nexlation, and welcome, Smidge, and Manucore, and Mom's Account, and your chance to be a big shot. that is a very different meaning in this video game. And welcome, Half Elf, and welcome, Tessa, and Lemon Zests, and JR Hyde, and Mezojo, and Soda, and Sky Yoshi, and Tom. It's okay, Jem, we already know your secret. I'm not sure you do. And hello, James, and Weege, and Playful Doggo. I'm curious what you think my secret is. And welcome, Magic Mango, and Guster Animation, and Mina, and Pulfis, and Phydro, and Ketone BTW, and Insane Driver Bob, and Eclipse at Dusk. Welcome, and welcome, Sandra, and welcome, Octogamer, and Plebe Ficious, and welcome, Duke And welcome Abyss. And welcome that one particular shade of green we learned about yesterday. And welcome Mr. Anonymous the Goat. Welcome Robin Butterfly. And welcome ASA. Or ASA or something. One of those. And welcome Big Genghis. And welcome Jules. And welcome Ghoulies. Do we have someone who's joined in here? No, we don't.
Mr. Jim,
What's up?
I don't see your room in the thing.
Send the invite. Send the invite, Jerry.
Have you... Yeah, okay. There, it should show up now if you switch tabs and go back to it.
Oh, I see it.
Okay.
I see it.
Awesome. And welcome Specs, and welcome Skogvetter. And welcome Dr. Pika.
I should be in any moment.
And
now.
welcome Biggity Bolin.
There you
And
are.
welcome Bunny Botic. And welcome Lord of
Yay.
Llamas and Na. And welcome Wave GBA. Welcome Minty Misk and Eddie. Welcome Luxray Evie. Welcome Woomy Rogue and the Superstar Person. Welcome A Doctor. This is my first stream. What's it like here? It's fabulous, and everyone loves it here. There are 0 people who have not liked it. That's a fact that I can confirm objectively. Definitely true. And welcome Belgabad, and Astro, and Vihart, and Ryan Crafter. Was just watching the Misguided Monday video. Yeah, there you go. Welcome back. And hello, Naria. Pardon me for the pronunciation there. And welcome Bunny Hugger. And welcome Pharaoh Shad Ventures. Faro Shot. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And welcome Aurora and Linkina and Poofy Karisu. And welcome Squivig and Soup Chicken.
Oh,
it's like Soup Kitchen, but it's Soup Chicken. That it took me so long to get that. Jules is like, I love it here! And welcome Shaluna, and welcome Kerfuzzle, and Sai, and Anna.
It's the best school you'll ever go to.
Aw. And welcome Microwave Fanfic. I don't even know if that's true, but... And welcome Angboy, and Patom J. And... Welcome Extra Water, and Amit. I'm doing pretty well. How about you? And welcome Twilski. Hello, everybody. We are here to do lesson for a couple of players, as we do every week on Tuesdays. We've got 16bit.exe here, and we're also going to be joined in a little bit by someone whose name is just a new account. We'll be playing some Anarchy Open with them for the top of the hour here, and then at the top of the hour, we will have an announcement, and then we'll have VOD reviews for each of those players that are playing with us. We're also joined on call by Devi.
Hi, friends.
Everybody knows Devi if they've been around here for a little bit. Devi is a Division 4 competitive player, captain of the Grillers, and a Splatling user, Hydra main, but has been playing a lot of Ballpoint and Heavy recently as well. And she's here to round us out, so we've got a team of 4, except that we don't yet because new account is busy taking an online test at the moment, so they will be here once they're through, I think it was 17 more questions. So I don't know how long those questions are going to be, but they'll be here when they can be. And in the meantime, we're going to get going. So it's Manta and Inkblot, if I remember correctly, so I'm going to go and just play Splash for this. I think that should fit in decently well. I assume we're playing an opening Gambit build here on the Nova?
No, actually.
Oh, okay. It is definitely fun, but I'm ready to get going when you are.
I wasn't necessarily an emergency commentator for Squid Junction this time. I was asked ahead of time, and I was actually free to commentate it for once. So I surprised you by Squid Junction. How did I surprise you? Was it the amount of oomph I put into that? Because I will say I was a little overtired and definitely went all out on the commentary for Squid Junction this past Saturday. So.
By the way, Mr. Jim, just to keep it easy, you could just go.
All right, sounds good. Am I late? No, we haven't played a game yet. We've just said hi to everybody. You're good. Top of the hour just means when the minutes part of the time is 0. Yeah, that's the way. Top of the hour refers to an analog clock, which I guess y'all Zoomers have never seen before. But it's a clock that actually like ticks around in a circle, and the top of the clock, you know, when the minutes hand is pointing up, that's the top of the hour.
Oh, I meant to
Some
go
people
this way.
also call that high noon.
Hi.
Well, only when it's noon.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess top of the hour is also midnight.
Ugh,
No,
I
top
got
of the
fall off.
hour is top of any hour. Like, it doesn't matter which hour it is. It's the top of the clock on that hour. So it's not necessarily midnight. It's any 00.
I've always used it. Okay, I'm very bad at this game when I'm talking at the same time.
Yeah, no worries.
It
One
takes
flanking
a
right.
lot of...
Yeah, I tried to call that out. It wasn't quite there in time. Sorry about that.
I'm awake now.
Ultra stamp jump scare.
You tried, Jerry.
Okay, I'm wailing the team.
Okay, there's two sitting
Running
in
in
this
right.
back. Yeah, there's one
Weak,
around the
weak,
wall.
got him.
One behind the. Watch behind the stack though, and
Flatland's
both points
weak.
covering
Hit him
it
twice.
too.
I'm down.
I need to be careful here. There's a wiper.
Yeah, wiper coming up.
No, I got him.
Good job, teammates.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
that
have a
might not be
Nautilus
safe.
too. Yeah, Nautilus and ballpoint. I don't have any ink.
Tower down. Well, one member of tower down.
Yeah, there's one going.
Wiper
around.
came back to get me.
Okay.
I'm gonna come in from
Wiper's
the
coming.
left side.
Wiper's coming. Oh no, they're dropping back. Dropping back.
Someone's trying to go.
Flank
top,
is coming in
though.
from left.
Yeah, Nautilus.
From bit. We need to get tower here though.
Yeah.
I can't get there. Jump back if you have to.
Sorry, I died.
All good. I'm just gonna farm for crab. Try and use it to save check.
Ah! I went too close into the Nautilus again. Hell, I am not warmed up yet. When?
Well, my crab
I am
got
not
shredded.
warmed up either.
My hands are like ice cold at the moment, just because that's how my room is. I hit all 4 of them, but didn't splat any of them.
Oh, wow.
I just went to side wave, and I'm like, yep, nope, that's not getting anybody. It's gonna paint them, but it's not gonna splat them.
Yeah, I absolutely did nothing that round. I am very sorry. I apologize.
Don't worry, I haven't warmed up yet either. So first game of the day.
There's a whole bunch of people in chat asking when the announcement's going to be. The VOD reviews always start after 1 hour, and we always start at the same time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be 7 p.m. Eastern. You can convert that to whatever time zone you happen to be in. I'm not interested in getting it right for all the Californians and all the Australians and all of the Brits, and just everybody. It's a lot.
For the NA time zones, you have, what is it? It'll be 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific.
Okay. So we've got Tetras, and they're rolling out on right, it looks like. Oh, no, they're rolling out on left. Whoops. I'm just gonna try and get attention on left there. They went in and died to the rapid, so we're gonna have to back up a little bit.
They missiled me. I'm fine though. 5, not really. Okay,
I'm
whaling.
definitely not fine.
I'm just backing up.
Okay.
We'll
I
give him
know
first
we
check and
cannot
fight
push.
it second.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Got the
Debbie got
rapid. There's one
one.
more in right wing on the tower now.
What? What hit me?
I got the goo.
They can two
No,
shot? Oh
I
yeah, they
didn't
can
know
two
there was one
shot
behind
if
me.
they hit. Okay, I got too close to the reflex.
Okay, I didn't know it was there.
Alright.
They have inkjet,
Grabbing the
and
check.
one's gonna try to come around in our pit.
Inkjet one shot me.
Reflex is weak.
I am.
They're trying to go for
Reflex
me.
down.
They got me. Another behind the tower somewhere. Be careful of our bunk though.
Okay, we got one. Just goo. They're on left. Got him.
There you go. That's a delayed wipe, so take mid.
Nice. I'm on tower. I have whale when we need it.
Okay.
Grabbing.
I'd say use it around the first checkpoint area.
Alright.
Ball point's gonna be top left.
Yeah. The blaster's in their street.
Blaster down.
Oh, there's one above reflux. Uh oh. Ball point's on the top left, I think.
I got pinched in their street.
I missed everything. I tried. One underneath the bunk.
Ball
reflux.
point's low. Ball point.
Their reflux is flanking. I got pinched between blaster and reflux. Aggressive reflux, by the way.
Yes, they have been going way deep there. I've got crab ready, using it on top mid.
Yeah, I'm on the right side, so I can pinch with it.
Reflex is weak. I did not think they could hit me. Yes, they can.
I got the
nice.
reflux.
Still one on left, still one on left. Watch out left. Rapid down.
Oh no, I messed up. I didn't
down.
mean to fall. I have not gotten used
Our
to
Tetris went in left. We're okay, just
They were
you.
the-
So be careful.
I'll stay behind. I'll be super jump point.
I'm just gonna take top right. It's easier for me to pinch tower that way. Jam, watch out for GooTuber. They know.
Yeah, I'm being missiled.
So am I. Rapids directly underneath.
Ball point from left.
Got one off tower.
Yeah, that's ball
YouTuber
point.
stuck in mid.
Ball point got me.
Ball point is
Yeah,
weak.
that's
Got him.
Oh dear.
Nice.
Someone.
There's one left side of
underneath
mid.
me on the,
They're giving jumps.
The reflux is underneath me on the right wing, by the way. They're just sharking here.
I'm down to the rapid. Tetris are trying to go in. We're taking two different fights.
I got the reflux.
Okay. 3v2. One on bunker.
Yeah, I'm going to their bunker. Got
Oh,
it.
I landed on the grates.
Nice.
Reflex their bunker.
So can someone bomb their bunk by chance? They're just in the corner where I can't hit them.
Neither of us have lethal
dang.
bombs. I've got a burst, but I only just got here.
Okay. Ballpoint reflux on the
Down to
grate.
ballpoint on bunker.
We're 3 down.
I am not taking that fight.
Sending chip.
I died to missile.
Reflux is below me again on the right. One on tower is weak.
Reflux is cut off.
Probably
Got him.
though.
YouTuber got me from mid.
There's a rapid
Actually,
here.
ballpoint. Ballpoint our bunker.
Careful, careful, careful! Don't stand too close to me.
Good call.
When they have something as punishing as a rapid, we cannot have more than one on the elbow.
Inkjet's weak, but I couldn't get him.
Tower's still going.
Yeah. It's just you.
I got the reflux.
Well, I did
Dang.
splat 2 of them off the tower, but Ghost succeeded to push the tower.
That was a very weird reflux.
In all honesty, I praise it considering the comp that they have.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, they kind of needed the
They
reflex
also
to
knew
go
what they
aggressive.
were
It's the
doing,
only weapon
too.
that can do it.
I don't know if you guys saw, but they had the advanced mechanics for the reflux. Like, they were using the charge hold and everything. So, they knew what they were doing with that reflux.
It's like, it's not unheard of to see a reflux in competitive play or anything.
Nope.
They're definitely out there.
Yeah, I'm basically a small fish in a big pond, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, please. Literally,
with a comp
my
like
name
that,
is
like
Splatter
the
Shot
Gucci.
Nothing.
With a comp like that, the Gootuber especially is... It feels, like, pretty out of place. Because you've already got a high-painting missiles weapon, you've already got a backliner, like... There's not a lot that it can actually contribute to that. They probably wanted another frontliner instead of that Gootuber.
The missiles are still nice on this map, though, with how closed off the...
Oh yeah, like, the missiles are nice.
is,
I'm just saying, like, they needed more pushing power, and the
yeah.
Reflux was stepping up to provide that in a big way.
Indeed they were. Then the Rapid would follow up behind it. Oh, we have 2 Novas.
This is your,
I traded with the blaster. One on the grate, so you go. Another left in the ramp.
That's
They
2 down.
backed up. Bunker in their street.
Got it. I'm taking tower.
You're good for tower?
I'm on their
Okay.
bunker. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
One's their elbow still. They're going top left. They're going top left.
Okay.
I'm off.
They're
tower.
dropping out left. I'm fighting that. Behind tower. There we go.
They got me.
There's another
They were
one in the
aiming
left
for me.
wing here.
I see him. Got him.
Good.
Jen, I'll jump
Just
you.
the dually squelchers.
Okay, they got them.
We're doing good.
Nice check.
Oh, left side on the deck going
Yeah,
over.
that's 2.
Oh,
Got
And
one.
then one
I'm
in
gonna
the
have to
street.
back
It's
up.
just you, yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that jump.
Oh no. I'm okay.
you're caught.
That was safe, Jem.
yeah, yeah. That's one of those jumps
I
right
mean,
there.
it wasn't, but I succeeded.
No, yeah, it was the silly comp. Remember where we
I know. That's where the whole.
where we
thing
had to
goes.
say, yeah, it was safe as long as we got away with it.
Hey, there's one in our street going for
You're
me.
the only one.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I would have jumped out otherwise.
Yeah, I think we can play safe here.
Bomb the corner if we have and like locate it. I know Jem's the only one with bombs, but I'm trying to get a bomb in there.
2 pushing me. Got one. Another one on me. Got them 2.
Good.
Grabbing.
There's one below
should
me.
I-
Got them.
Good.
Just one on the far,
Should I
by goal, by goal.
No.
Aim really is not on point today. Woo.
Rapid or range is stuck. There's a jump to mid.
Oh, there it
weak.
is. Left side corner.
You're weak. Hit him twice. There we go. One
There's
top left
one
still.
above. Oh, I didn't see the one on the grate. Shoot, I tunneled on that top left one because we called it. Oops.
I'm not gonna jump to that.
There's
Drop
yeah,
you
no,
from
there's 3
behind.
back if you can. I guess that's the other one. I'm gonna get confused.
They're looking at me on right. I'm
Yeah, I'm
running
trying
away.
to support you. I'm supporting you.
Thank you.
I got one.
Crabbing.
They're really weak.
Yeah,
One's
Oh,
under
I
a
got
bump.
him there.
Oh, on the tower. I hit like 3 of them.
one in our bunker. Dualies.
Oh, they're still there.
He is so annoying. Is that the squelcher?
Blaster
Yeah.
underneath the left there, or right? What? I don't know.
They're 2
One
down.
on me.
Sorry,
One on
just
me. Ow.
colors everywhere.
Can't pick a jump. Oh, it's Dualies. Of course
It's
it is.
just you. It's just
Got
you.
him. Yeah. Got the one anyway. They're striking.
I got him off the tower.
One on the bunk. Blaster, watch out! 2 on tower. There's gonna be jumping to it too. All 4 will be there shortly.
Pushing tower. 2 on me. Got both.
Got the blaster.
That's 3 down. Last one's in mid. Just dropped off our bunker. You're weak on left. Hit him twice. Oh, got him.
Okay, there's a blaster in their street. One's top left. Got two. That's
There's three. Just the dualies, they're left.
Top left.
Okay, I'm gonna get a jump here. Got him.
Okay, nice.
One behind tower, got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Blaster on elbow, going for me.
I'm being bait.
Got the blaster.
I took the checkpoint.
Alright, good push. Just gotta go on defense now.
I'm retreating.
Or make offense
work,
the
Debbie.
best defense.
Yep, no, good trades, good trades.
Yeah, it's the blaster and the dualies on tower.
We can just rush tower at this point.
They're both literally on tower sitting there.
In fact, probably better to do that before they get reinforcements.
I took the
That's
tower.
3. Nice. You're shoving someone with the tower.
Move out of the way.
How are you chatting while playing multitasking Grandmaster? That's, oh, like, typing in the chat? That I don't know, but talking on the comms and playing is a skill that you really want to develop in competitive play, because being able to communicate and make call-outs is an important part of making sure that your team works as well as a team can.
Oh, you stream sniped. I saw you in the game.
Can we hit stop? I need to get a new catalog.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm going to run through the shop really quickly. I don't think I've seen if I've bought everything yet.
Is the fourth person ready to go yet?
I did get a DM. Sure, I'll be able to join open before VOD reviews, sadly, but if you plan on doing opens afterwards, I will definitely be free. Okay, so probably not, it's sounding like.
Well, Jamie's in chat now if we want that fourth.
Yeah, we can grab Jamie.
Jameer!
Gimme.
Means I can practice my pocket weapon.
Who dis?
It's Jameer.
Jameson.
It's Jimmy.
I'm muted. Hi.
You were muted.
No, I'm Jamie. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hey, I got.
I always read that in the voice
Jamie?
of, hi, I'm Daisy.
That's what it's meant to be.
Yes. Hello.
This time, I think I'll play the sloshing machine.
Okay.
There it is, okay.
What's the other map?
Oh.
I got it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
What abilities would be recommended for sloshing machine?
Well, I'll have you know we're gonna run duo that. And
okay.
just
Check
worries,
the
but it's
stream
still
chat. I just put the link to sendediting/builds
Yeah.
in there.
you can
Okay.
you can refer to something on there. I referred to kind of a hybrid build that works for me, just because I still like being up on top of places that I can run on, so I incorporate run speed into my build, but it varies per person. But otherwise, I have LDE and Ninja Squid.
I have a lot of QR on mine.
A lot of Team Power members, apparently. Okay. We've got there's a lot of discussion going on about the Splatfest teams.
Okay, where's the wisdom peoples at?
Yeah,
If you're wise,
we
raise your
are
hand.
Squid School. I mean, if it weren't wisdom, what would we be?
I still haven't decided on a team yet.
But
I might go for power.
it's definitely a good idea to figure it out sooner than later, so that you can be getting those conch shells while you play, because those are good for the gacha rolls.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
with there's first of all there's been the leak, so there is probably footage of the game circulating around, or at least access to it. But even just the like early looks that were available for game reviewers, like I watched Skill Up. I really like Skill Up's reviewing and journalism style. They just seem like a genuine good person who wants to see good video games made.
The lobby's back up bit, by the way.
What was that?
For bit, the lobby's
Oh
back
yeah,
up.
I should probably put this out. I forget if I did this already or not, but yeah, it should be available. They got to play some of the game, and so they were able to take some footage and put that in. And from what we know of all the mechanics and everything, like, it's going to be a heck of a sandbox. It is going to be so much crazy experimentation. The speedrun community is probably going to be so insane for this thing because of just how much they let you do in the game, and so therefore how many different solutions there are to any given problem.
What game are you talking about?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh.
Sad for it, but I probably won't get it day one.
I love Breath of the Wild, but I probably won't get Tears of the Kingdom day one either.
I'll be busy visiting with Squid Friends when it releases.
Oh yeah, I
What day does it release?
A month away.
Literally the day LTC starts.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I thought it was later than that. I thought it was like the 23rd
No.
or something. Okay.
My friend actually managed to get a leaked version of Tears of the Kingdom early, so...
Oh my god.
Yeah. I know some people who are into that. Who are like
perfect sprinkler.
Like content creators, especially, like people who benefit from being able to get hands on it earlier.
I'm down.
I'm being rushed, right? I'm down.
I couldn't splat a torpedo.
I was really confused for a second because they said they were excited.
Still right ramp, still right ramp.
I was like,
Lots of ramp. Get pinched.
We're 2 down. I'm gonna have crab soon. They're hammering up into bats.
I got 2.
Okay, hammer.
Good
I
job,
got
Jamie.
3.
That's white. Beautiful. I don't have to use this crab yet.
I just did the most stupid
Hop
thing.
on.
I got splatted to a suction bomb from someone who was
Crabbing.
already splat.
Got one
Got
on
one.
right.
Behind-
There's one on right behind me.
I tapped him once, but I can't hit him.
There's a wiper behind
Could
us.
jump out.
Yeah, that was the one we were trying to get. I hit him once, but...
In case Plataro's on our plot underneath this room.
One of the... Oh, 2 on bats.
There's 2.
Got 1. Got 2. I'm down.
Good trade.
I got 1.
This
There we go. Collapse on that last one in your tower.
They
But
went
it's
probably
back.
below the right.
Oh, they probably
somewhere?
went...
They're back on their plot now.
Okay.
Oh.
No, they're behind stacks. Got him. I'm down. One
No,
from
that's
left. From tacticaler. One behind left
I
stack.
don't know
There's
the
one on me. Try.
Okay, I'm first up.
callouts for the locations.
All right. We'll try to keep it to right and left then. I got 1. I'm getting attention on left, but I'm gonna get pinched here. Takes too long.
I'll try to help out.
1 right stack.
2 right. I need
Got
help.
one.
I have Booyah Bomb.
Yeah, I knew that
I
was
see him.
Ah!
Tapped hammer
Got the
multiple
hammer.
times.
Got the hammer.
There you go.
Try still on left somewhere. There they are.
Leopard on tower.
I missed too many shots. There you
I
go, you
got
got
him.
him. There's another one mid. Looks
2
like they
right
went
side.
right. Yeah, there are 2 on right.
Camper's coming from the right side.
Okay, hammer.
I got 1.
Same bird left.
Bucket underneath wall.
Wiper on
So-
me. I can't hit it. Still
I'm
there.
just gonna go
Wiper
for the
on the
jump.
right.
Got the jump.
Yeah, the wiper tends to shark around a lot.
Yeah, I just couldn't hit the shots. I could see him swimming, but just couldn't hit it.
Wipers behind right.
Yeah,
Stack.
yeah. I'm gonna pinch. Go for it.
Okay, there's 2 here now.
Jim.
I'm weak. I'm down.
I
Tries
got
in
1,
there.
but not the other.
Still on right, still on right. Careful, Jamie, you're last.
Careful.
Uncut. Nice. Oh, one more on me. I hit him a few times.
The wiper.
Once. There
I
you
got
go.
wiper.
Left,
we need to
left
push
stack,
Still
left
left.
stack.
Wiper.
Oh,
They've
I
got
directed
hammer.
him once. Yeah, I have booyah.
Underneath
I
right.
it.
Oh, they got me from under the ledge. Collapse
I
in,
ran out
Jamie.
of aim.
Nice. It's just you there?
There's
Oh,
still
they're gonna
one
put me on the
on
ship.
ramp. Yeah.
There's two on a ramp.
There's two.
Sorry, Jen.
Shoot.
They'll be on like bats or something.
For me. A hammer.
That's 2 down. Let's push up.
Okay, I traded.
3
Let's
down.
try.
That's 3 down. Push up left. We need aggressive left.
I'm gonna get up on their
Okay.
plat. That was a
Careful.
terrible idea. I'm down. They're coming
It's a
right.
bomb.
Watch right of tower.
They're 2 right tower.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to that.
Sad.
Okay, Wiper
They're
gonna be
be
on our
on
bats.
already. Yeah.
That's our top right. Oh my god.
Hammer got me.
Nice.
Just you, Debbie.
You need to live, Debbie.
I am living.
Got one off
Stab.
tower. Nice, that's 2. Just the one who's hammering in base.
The stamp is a menace! Okay, I got it.
To be a menace in return.
Exactly.
Oh,
Got one.
one more right below me by the tower.
On tower.
Should
There you
get
go.
him.
So right tower. So right tower.
I hit him once. I'm down. They're on right stack. They're coming behind tower.
I can't. The tower's in my way. Oh my god. The tower.
Power's lagging for me.
Behind
Wiper
and
coming
in
from
front.
below. Nice.
Watch it. Careful.
The
Careful.
game was lagging for me.
we
Oh,
got
we
it.
did it.
Nice!
Holy smokes, Jamie, when the tower was pushing, it was going forward, and I'm like, I can't go around because I'm swimming on the wall of it! It wouldn't let me off!
The only reason why I was able to trade at the end there was because I popped
I was
my
like,
wave
tower,
breaker.
stop it! Oh.
That was very much my first game.
Yeah, it's okay if I switch to a weapon I'm more comfortable with?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So we'll hit stop.
Yeah, I'm planning to use one of the NZEPs.
Okay.
NZEP 89, for sure.
Cool!
All right.
First check.
I-
I'll go something a little more aggressive so I can push in with the chumps.
For
Oh,
the first stack, run, do you mind writing tower? If we're getting plot.
What'd you say?
For the first check.
First
do you
checkpoint.
mind writing? Yeah. first
Ride the
checkpoint.
tower?
Yeah, ride the tower, then we can switch off. After that.
What Jamie's gonna do is you're gonna take the first checkpoint of tower, and Jamie's gonna hold the stack behind you, so that way Jamie can help support you.
Mhm.
And me and Jem will try to get forward with it.
The stack?
So
It's
basically,
the
like
raised
the-
area behind the tower, behind the first checkpoint.
Oh, okay.
So your
Okay,
job
that
is
sounds good.
basically
Make the
all we're
room.
saying is that when we get an advantage, we want you to be the one who hops up on the tower immediately, and then the rest of us will protect you until we get to second checkpoint, and then Jamie will take the tower from you. Or after you cleared the first checkpoint, Jamie will take the tower back.
Yeah,
Make
okay,
the
that sounds
room
good.
Challenge.
Alrighty. So here are some kittens.
Meow. Meow, meow, meow.
Alright, lobby's up. Recruitment notice
Others.
sent.
Same password, right?
Yeah.
So once we have numbers advantage, I take the tower first, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure we'll call it.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
anytime we're talking about, like, they're 2 down, they're 3 down, something like that, that's when we want to be getting on tower as quickly as we can.
Makes sense.
Obviously, if it's unsafe, you know, let us know, and we'll try and make that work. But that's the
Or
game plan.
or something. Like,
I'll try my best.
yeah, don't worry. We're all here to learn. It's all good.
Yeah.
Nocturne.
Their team is interesting.
I like it.
We need more treasure kits.
The one we've got isn't bad.
Uh,
It could definitely be better.
2 on me. Oh, I got 1.
okay, nice. I'm on tower
There's one
now.
on left stack somewhere. Here, found him.
I see a
Brush.
brush.
Good job, good job. Flanking right cut.
52 got me. Not
Really
52,
close
gal.
to dead here.
I got the
Stringer
checkpoint.
down.
Nice, nice.
Gluga's got me.
One
I
mid.
couldn't get him.
I'm
Gluga's
taking
still
tower
on
left side.
the tower.
Yeah, they're coming to me.
There's gonna be 2. There's gonna be
Got
2.
him. I'm getting zipped.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
down.
Oh,
They're
right
on
here.
left stack with zip. They jump back.
It's a brush above me, and I'm really
One
weak.
dropped.
Oh no.
All right,
There's
traded.
one more
Does
dropped
mean
right.
you?
One more dropped right on the stack.
I see him.
Yeah.
Keep me alive.
He's aiming at me. So
I know. I'm trying to help you.
got him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just hold from right for now.
Traded.
Okay.
Nice, that's 2.
Even
Oh,
even
the
man.
brush.
2 on right stack.
I'm in trouble.
They have my advantage.
Got the zip. Just the Zuka. Oh, and the
Uh,
dualies here. Got the
They're
dualies.
on the tower.
One chased me in the right. I think I got him. I've got him.
Nice.
Another one on right.
There's
That's
another
up.
one there.
Dualies.
Careful, one.
Are we?
Cool.
Dualies on me. Weak.
Hop on.
Got him. Traded.
Nice
One my
trade.
jump. One my ouch.
I didn't see that. Left side.
Just
careful,
you there.
big
Just you there,
zips.
Debbie.
I know.
They don't see ya.
No, they don't, and I'm not peeking until we have people here.
They've got a zip on tower. Just chill.
Is someone going up the stack?
Got him. Or not that one. I got the one who was on our ramp.
52's coming in from behind.
Yeah, I see it.
I caught
Sorry,
the brush
Clueless.
I was sharking.
There's 2 on left. Both weak. Didn't get them.
I got both of them.
Nice.
Nice. There we go.
One right above you,
Booty
Debbie.
bomb.
I know. I got him.
Just
Nice,
Lugas.
okay,
Just
I'll hop
Lugas.
on.
Let's get on tower.
Oh,
Nice.
right side, right side. Help.
On my way.
I'm heading to right side.
Okay, it's all good. Guys, focus
They're
forward.
low, they're low.
Yeah, let's focus
Focus
forward.
forward. I'll handle him now.
Good guy.
Dooley's weak. Got him. One behind tower still.
Splash shots coming. From behind.
Got him.
I got
That's the
both.
brush.
Brush was
Nice.
back on
I see
the
him.
ramp. Blue got me. They got me.
I
Okay,
almost
what's
got
up
the
on the
blue guy.
top left,
I think
Jamie?
that's
Back out,
something
back
like
out, back out, back out.
Back up, back
Hold
up.
that left corner. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Gem, should I jump to you?
Gemma,
No.
I'm gonna be with you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
with
be
you.
coming out top left.
Nice.
2 people are in middle. They
Nice.
will
2
not
down.
Pause tower, pause tower. I'll hop on.
Rush.
First one
I
select.
hit him once.
Him twice. He's weak. Luga's after me.
Stringer jumped.
like- I'm gonna jump the
I'm
tower.
pushing their plat.
Booyahing the right of their plat. Oh, one dropped. I'm gonna booyah window.
Careful right side. Luga's.
I'm down to bats. Nice. Chumps got him.
Luga's. I'll hop on. Cover
Close
brush
one.
behind. Thank you.
Got him.
Jamie, I'll jump to
Good,
you.
Luga's. Okay, careful with that. Okay, we're fine.
I need ink.
In that little cubby area. He's weak. There you go.
I'm down to Stringer.
Nobody's on tower. Come on, what's that lane coming out?
Those are good Google duels.
There's gonna be one around the right side.
If we can hold left corner, because tower's got a long way to go. So, Gemma, if
Yeah.
you can somehow make your way over here. It's just the brush riding tower right now.
I did a down on right.
I got brush.
Zuko's weak. I hit him twice. Bo, look at me.
One left wall, left wall.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Ugly is coming. Right side. Going
Oops.
left.
Oh wait, did my autobomb?
No.
I'm on my way to the
Luca's
left.
on me.
There you go. Help Debbie. Help Debbie.
I'm very dead.
couldn't get
I
there in
got
time.
pinched by something. There's 3 on the left right now. Just like bomb cycled them out a little bit. Oh, they're on tower.
Traded to the bomb.
This is me.
Just me and Jamie.
I'm gonna start positioning up for their first shot.
Yeah.
I'm dropping out left and
One.
pushing tower.
Push got me.
Tower's weak.
There's
grabbing it.
there's 2 in the
Now.
right corner. I
Yeah, we
pushed
should
them
go.
all.
Nice.
They
I
all
was
got
like,
off tower, so I just stole it.
Cool. My bait was successful, even though I could not hit a shot on the Glugas, and I ended up baiting them off anyways, so it worked. I think Jamie watched the whole thing.
The brush that got me at the very end, but he kind of wasted the zip caster in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it was just the timing of it, right? Because they zip casted while I distracted 2. They didn't have their 4th there to take tower, so
Yeah.
it was just the timing of it. The zip caster would have been
that
handy if they.
enable squid violence are very fun while drill songs.
Okay. Probably got time for 2 more.
Yeah.
And then it's announcement time.
And it's announcement time. Ooh.
I wonder what the announcement will be.
Push in 4.
I think there's literally like one other person who knows what the announcement is. And it's not anyone who's in this call, actually.
I was gonna say it ain't me.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, is it?
Yeah, in case
Is it
the viewers are
So
So you
confused,
can't
I
even
have
bribe
no
Debbie to
idea.
leak it.
I have genuinely no idea what the announcement is.
when I even saw the title, I was surprised.
Yes, I am going to LTC, but that's not the announcement. Everyone here, I think, already knew that.
That's the announcement.
I did not know that. I don't know what LTC is.
Oh, it's a land. It's a very fun land.
Poggers. What does it stand for?
A low
A
tide
low tide
city.
city.
Poggers.
It used to be a low-tier city, and then when it became a water park tournament, I think they changed it to Low Tide City.
Wait, like as in an actual water park?
Yeah, they run it out of Kalahari Resorts.
Oh,
Oh, that
I
sounds very
traded.
fun.
That's the.
oh. Well, that works.
Nice.
Okay, I'm
We take those.
All
All right, yeah, you take.
yeah.
I'm just jumping in and then going forward. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up onto bunker, so use the right tower, okay?
Where should I put my
Oh,
super?
Fling's in front of me. I got 2 in front of me. Oh boy, I got both of them.
Both down.
Okay.
Where should I put my
Got
super?
Wiper.
This
Just Swift.
forward.
Got one. Flings it coming left. I think I've got him. Got him. One more on top left. Nice, thank you. Hit him twice. They're on elbow. Got him. Wiper from below.
Not for long.
I'm down to Flingza. Flingza above. Nice.
There we go.
I love that. Not for long.
I'm still not sure why I want to start on that map. Like every year feels awkward for me.
It depends on what your opponent backliner is. Because if I'm against something that's more of a range than I am, generally you have to, you kind of have to guess at where they're going to start, right? It's going to be one of 2 places. So either you have to predict they're going to go bunk or they're going to go the wing. If they're going to go the bunk, which most people do, then it's actually safer to go the wing, especially like if you're going to fight a scope sniper or an E-leader, it's safer to go the wing. Or if you have a plan set up with your teammates to get you safely onto the bunker, then you can just full force it and get up there. But if the charger takes the wing, then you just kind of have to, know your peaks.
No, it's dead empty.
So it really depends on what the other team's comp is. But generally, you can take bunk if there's stuff that won't outrange you or they're not going to get there quick enough.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh, I still need to change my eyebrows from yesterday. But yeah, no, that's actually really helpful because I've been struggling with that map in general.
The ultimate goal is to get on the masts in whatever position you're doing or whatever state of the game it is. So
So
I
like
just
this
struggle
one.
with everything.
If you uncap a ballpoint, can you stab people with it? I figure it would be kind of inconvenient for stabbing, just because of how big it is. Like, you'd have to really be running full force at someone to actually move that
hi, leader.
with any kind of speed.
I got the leader.
Nice.
Oh, hi, shooter. There's two in there
Good
straight
job
on me.
taking that fight. Got one.
Help Debbie, help Debbie.
No,
Yeah,
there,
I'm on my
I
way.
have them all. You guys
Oh,
just
shit.
focus tower there.
That's a crap tank.
Oh,
Well,
crap.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to bait everybody into a corner.
They wasted their
there are
stand.
3 in front of you. Be careful.
Nice.
You're looking at
Hello,
me.
Jamie.
Hello.
They pushed
man,
them
I'm
in their
missing all my
street.
shots. Got 1 in their street. Got 2 in their
There's
street.
one more.
Alright,
There's
perfect.
gonna
One
be
here.
3, 4.
Got 3. The third one's, or the last one's right. They're E-leader watching around the corner.
I got
Nice.
him.
Good shots.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Stand for
a
there
sniper.
too.
They got me.
Ah, shoot.
It's okay. Just get safe jumps. Get
Yeah,
safe
I'm gonna
jumps.
back up.
Careful, Mom, you're for the sword.
I'm marked, so I can't really go in yet.
Stamper saw me. They didn't see
Where's
it
the
last
Stamper?
time, so I figured maybe they wouldn't
I
this
see him.
time.
Done.
Nice.
I'm gonna hide in this corner here.
One top left. Careful.
Yep, I know.
I'm gonna double down on flanking right.
Chuck some bombs.
Stamper on the
Leader
top left.
down. Got 2.
Looking at top left. There you go.
Nice.
I
The
heard
hammer
something.
on
Oh.
there.
Yep.
Didn't accomplish much. Got 1.
Nice. I saw that kill.
Fine.
Got 1.
Good job, Ron.
I'm down on elbow.
Yeah, there's one on the elbow here.
They're on the grates now.
2 up top. Yeah,
Two
they're
on
on the
there?
grates. Whew.
Careful, careful.
One
Someone's
might be coming
coming
left.
from side.
Blowing.
Yeah, I see them.
Just keep it.
They're
Resetting
weak.
tower.
I got him! In front of tower, too.
Got tower.
You got the
Okay,
nozzle.
well,
Yeah, just that forge. Or the pro.
Crab down
They're
below.
crabbing.
Crab.
I'm down to crab.
I'm having fun on the mast.
There's
I
one
got the
bottom
crab.
right still, near tower.
I traded the crab.
I'm still running
One elbow,
around
one
on the
elbow.
mast. They got me. All on mast.
Whoa,
Ah,
where
shoot,
am I?
I
Okay, there
didn't
I
see
am.
the sword. Careful, Ron.
It's just Gem.
Yeah.
I got splatted by the
Yo.
unseen apron.
Oh, man, that was tight.
You know, that was good. That was good. No, you did
I'm
well,
gonna
Ron.
see if I can get back around.
Okay, I'm gonna position myself on mass.
I just
Or
want
on
to play
bunker.
defensive whole game. That was really good.
Haha. I'm being chased by a stamper.
Oh. Okay.
Nice.
Easy,
Another one on
it's
me,
all
another one on
good.
me.
There's another one
I'm
on the
down.
tower. I'm trying to help tower. I got pinched by it.
One left and one probably
crap.
bunker.
Okay, just hold mid, you two. Just hold mid. Don't engage. Do not
Yeah.
engage.
Careful, Ron. Back up, I'm here. Back up, Ron. Oh,
You want to
good.
go around on the flank, Gem?
Yeah, there's one watching it right now, the pro.
Okay, well, Rem's actually with you there.
Careful,
Leader's
sniper
also
out.
watching it now. Pro is weak on bunker.
Drop is a cat
Got him.
there.
2 down, we can push.
Leader's down.
Sniper. Right
The
side.
leader. Hammer! I'm gonna try to go around on the left here and push him out.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello,
Bye,
careful.
Jamie. Bye, Jamie.
Bye-bye.
Pro elbow.
Oh, shoot. Don't worry, Rem, I'm about to join you.
Nice, I got
Actually,
one.
I'm back to where you were.
Oh, okay. Careful, top left.
I know, leader's up here.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello.
I got the leader.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I missed everything. Still got him.
Bye, Jamie.
Pro tower.
There you go.
One big
Oh,
wall.
Stamper.
See him?
Oh my god, I'm missing everything. Ugh. This has not been a good mechanical day for me.
Do you think the
There's
fizzy
one in the
bomb
corner
is
still,
edible?
jumped over the wave breaker.
Do you think the fizzy bomb is edible?
I mean,
It's
Maybe
got
not
ink
the
in it.
can.
I wouldn't count on it.
I mean, ink
No,
is
like-
edible, like squid ink.
The drink is like
True. You have a point there.
Mm-hmm.
Not to the enemy team though.
Yeah, no, not to the enemy team. Blue is poison. That's how yellow is poison.
yeah, ink is edible. Have you ever heard of squid ink pasta?
Or the
Yeah,
or the
I've had it.
or the Japanese McDonald's ink burger.
Yeah, it's really good. I've never had it. Why did I say it's good if I never had it?
Well, it's supposed to be healthy for you. So
True.
I assisted
Alright.
this game.
How about we sneak one more in?
Okay.
I mean, the last one went by like as fast as humanly possible. So
let's go jam 21. The death I had, I think I died to a stamp. That was not me not paying attention, I think.
I had a moment where I was just running literally back and forth on their mast for a solid 20 seconds. Like their spawn mast, and I was out of ink, so I'm like, I'm only gonna slosh when necessary, but yet I have their aim on me.
I've been wanting to get up onto either their elbow or their mask.
The
And
best way to do it is catch a ride from the tower before it drops the cliff there, the edge.
Yeah.
someone in chat just said, "Let me eat the super chunks."
This little guys, don't hurt him.
I mean, I'll be honest. I've always thought that they looked very edible for some weird.
I got
They
one.
look like Pez dispensers.
Oh,
True.
one, two. Two in front.
Does anybody remember Pez dispensers?
Heck yeah. I used to collect them when I was little. Oh shoot,
One on the top left, two on the top left now.
Here, Gem, I'll ride.
That's one. Machine still top left.
I have the top right.
I mean, it's just that super chumps look like they have a very chewy, stretchy texture.
Wiper and machine still left.
Let's see him.
It's like you want to rip
Nice
apart
pick,
the
Steady.
super chumps. It's like
So it's
a-
just those two on left.
I know. I'm having a machine war over ledge. Who can hit the fall off? None of us.
Because I'm not in position, I'm trying to
Oh.
protect right. For the bots.
Oh, there's two on me.
at the checkpoint. I'm running late.
No, keep it going, keep it going. We're good.
Okay. Nah, I'm just
Down to
really
machine.
scared.
Okay, at that point, yeah. Like,
Why did you tell me to come back?
Well, because at the time we could.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all good.
Yeah, this is a very fast game.
I missed the second direct. I would have been able to trade if I hit it.
This is funny. The guy got frustrated because he couldn't hit me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hello,
I
Jem.
didn't mean to jump here, but I'm over here.
Well, that was a poor decision. Gal's pushing bunker now.
Two on me. Easty and Gal.
I
Gal's
got
still there.
them.
Good
I
job.
got
Just
three
one,
of
just
them.
one, just machine.
I think they're on the left.
Yeah, left side, left side.
Yeah, they're gonna get jumps in.
I need ink. Uh-oh.
My
I
aim is
missed
so
the
bad.
shots. That's fine. Careful, there might be a flank on bunker.
Oh, I'm on theirs.
One dropped off a bunker left.
They have two. There are two looking at me. I'm down, but I took one with me.
Nice.
One left on the wing, and one on two on their bug.
Gal
Two on
got
their
me on
bug. Two on their
bunker.
bug.
This means you run.
Oh, nice
All
trade.
good. Yeah, good job.
Thank
Careful
you.
left.
There's a bunker on, or a machine on bunker.
Sorry,
There's
Jamie.
a
I'm trying
bunker
to
on the
move.
machine.
Oh
No,
no.
no, 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 you're fine, you're fine.
Oh my god, I'm missing
Wiper
everything.
on me.
We got this.
I'm
Oh, I'm out of
marked,
ink.
And there's.
I am
dang,
so sorry,
Harriet.
Jamie.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, hammer!
I got the nozzle.
Oh
got
my
the nozzle.
god!
Still on right, still on right.
What?
We are popping off right now. We are popping off.
Just clip that.
I wish I could! I'm out of
Oh,
space
Wait,
again!
what just happened?
At least it's
We're
on
two down,
replay.
just you, Jamie.
I spotted a hammer as he was in the middle of a jump swing with a hammer.
I like barely saw that. So I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go top right.
I just ran straight into.
Oh,
the
they dual
I'm gonna get behind
hammer
and
breaking
zuking.
physics. Yeah, that'll be good. There's one on you though.
Yeah, I had to use it on them.
Okay, well, tower's running away now.
Tower's down. One on bunker still. Still
One
bunker.
behind tower.
Machine.
Wipers and
I
menace.
got it.
That's 2 down.
I couldn't cancel machine unmarked. We don't have any paint in our street. We gotta make sure we get that first.
That's mainly on you right now.
Okay, cool. Bits got it. And then paint bunker.
I got one.
Good. I'm not with you yet, trying to.
Okay,
there's one stuck on left.
Bunker.
I'm here with you.
Got him.
Come.
Oh, one went into the
Watch
abyss.
their bunker.
Okay, alright.
There's one
H3 in
above
front.
their bunker, I think.
Traded.
I had to booyah.
Right side.
There's a
underneath my
wiper
roll.
right below me.
I'm down to machine.
I got wiper.
They're 3v2. See if we can keep tower.
Alright, for a bit.
There's still one top left.
Elbow.
We should retreat.
No, we don't have time.
yeah,
We
we
gotta
have-
keep this
we
push
have
going.
five.
Okay.
Keep it going.
I'm gonna die to wiper.
They're holding booyah.
Careful, booyah bomb.
Dang. All good.
That booyah bomb is a menace.
That's why it's a GG booyah.
Debbie, that hammer though.
Okay, what's the announcement, Jam? Spill it.
So I'm gonna create a little bit of unintentional suspense here for a second because I realized that I need to make a little bit of food for myself. So I'm gonna go get some soup probably. So I mean, I guess
It's literally.
I guess the
Dragon
chat
Ball Z
can-
episode.
celebrate the soup or something like that. I don't know. The soup has become very much a meme on this channel recently. But I will be back in just a minute, and then we'll do announcement time. I promise the announcement is here. It's a thing. It exists. But I need to go and do that real quick, so I'll be right back.
Soup is a lie.
The announcement is the soup.
Oh.
The soup is the announcement.
Franklin Tenton missile user. Interesting.
Say what now?
I just got a title. That was that.
Oh.
Franklin Tenton missile user.
Menace to society. Actually needs to put in jail.
Not again. What?
The frequent Tenta missile user needs to be put in jail.
That was me in Splatoon 2.
You need to be put in jail. I'm just kidding.
Not again.
Baby jail.
No, that's juvenile. Juvenile hall.
Do you think the auto bombs are sentient?
Maybe some.
Some, but not all.
Yeah, exactly.
So like some auto bombs you throw out, they're just like emotionless robots, but the occasional one has thoughts, feelings, and emotions.
Exactly. It's like 1 in 100.
Yes, Spanky, Jamie does have the Hydra badge.
What badges do I have?
Hydra's actually my most played weapon in Splatoon 3.
Yeah, because you transitioned to it end of 2, so it only makes sense that it's there for 3. You know, I could probably put ballpoint on my badge. Till I get the gold booyah bomb.
I have plenty of 4-star weapons.
I have the Inkjet and Killer Whale badge for some reason.
Probably the Nova. I saw you playing Nova earlier.
I think I have the Nova sticker for my locker, but not the badge.
I also have the silver wave breaker. I forgot.
What do I have?
Yeah, I have the holographic ballpoint and Nova sticker.
Oh, can you tell which weapons I use the most?
Uh,
Silver bubble sticker, silver booyah sticker, and silver wave breaker sticker.
ah. I don't know what kits those weapons belong to.
Junior, Junior, Hydra.
I have
And,
the memory of a goldfish.
It's all good. I remember.
The only thing I bothered to remember was the Generation X and Y Pokedex. Generation 8 Pokedex. That's the only thing that I remember.
Generation 8.
That was Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby.
No, that's Gen 6.
Oh, Gen 6. Really?
Yeah, Gen 6.
Oh yeah, because Gen
Omega
9 was recently. Oh my god, I am.
No, you're good. You're good. Alpha Sapphire is one of my favorite games to shiny hunt in.
Is the very first mainline Pokemon game I've ever played, so it has a special place in my heart.
Oh wow!
No.
The original Ruby and Sapphire were my original games. All the way back in 2003.
Pretty sure my favorite thing to do in that game was ride Latias and fly in the sky.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it the announcement of a Progresso sponsorship? Nah.
Do I have any 5-star? Yeah, I've got the Heavy and the Hydra. I, of course, absolutely went for Hydra Gold badge as soon as I possibly could, so...
Yeah, Debbie got her Hydra pretty quick.
I have, what is it? Ballpoint is now a quarter of the way there. I have E-Leader at half, and those are probably my next two.
I have half on Junior Hydra. I have half on Junior, Heavy, D Junior, and a little bit and way more over half than for Hydra. So
I wish I could play E-Leader, but whenever I play E-Leader, I move like I'm a Slayer weapon for some reason. It's like
I get
muscle
that.
memory.
I get that, in all honesty.
All right.
Thank you.
Announcement time.
Yay.
I don't know. There's been enough lead up. I accidentally created suspense by forgetting to eat lunch and having to make food right now. So
No, that was intentional. Don't lie.
no, I definitely should have eaten before this stream. So there's going to be starting after LTC. So the first day for this will be May 18th, which is a Thursday. There's going to be a second weekly day of Squid School VOD reviews. And this is, this is not ordinary and this will not be permanent. But a member of the community, Agent 4, has agreed to actually pay ahead of time for 24 lessons. So this is the typical rate that I offer on Metafy. And he's just paying for the time so that we can do that stream a second day from May 18th until August 3rd.
Holy smokes!
So basically what you're saying is 24 people will get free lessons.
Correct. So there is going to be a sign-up sheet for this, which I'll put out in a second, but I just want to lay a few things down here. First of all, this is... the lessons are available off-stream if you'd like. It would be nice if you were cool with them being on stream, but that's... if there are extenuating circumstances or something like that, definitely not a big deal. But ideally, we'll be able to just run the show with both players and just do it like we normally do on Tuesdays. And the scheduling and everything, if it doesn't end up working out, that it is on that Thursday, that also we can work with. I'd like to be able to just run it like a Thursday show, But if that doesn't work out for people, then I'm also down to work around that. But the form I'm gonna put out, please, like, if you are someone who would regularly, get something on Medify, if you're someone who is, like, already on the list for a Tuesday one or something like that, that's pretty soon, I'd just ask to, like, leave spots open for folks who normally wouldn't have been able to get a lesson, for people who, like, aren't already engaged in doing that. I want this to be to give some new people a chance to have a lesson that normally have not been able to. Maybe, if you're someone who wanted to get a Tuesday lesson, but you're never free on Tuesdays, that kind of thing, that's sort of the idea here. So, the Squid Scholarship, basically. So I'm putting that out. I'm going to put it out on Twitter, and I'm going to put it out in the chat at about the same time, and it'll just be kind of first come, first served there. I can't think of any other way that it'll work to do that, even though that just creates a mad dash, and I'm not a huge fan of that.
I can't believe the real Agent 4 from the Squid Big Splatoon will do this for us.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like, wow.
Kind of speechless, are we?
Tippity tappity tap typing.
Tippity tappity, tap tap.
Okay, so there's that. And now I'm gonna put this in the announcements channel of the Squid School Discord server. And I'm just gonna put it into all the different places all at once as fast as I can. All right, so 3, 2, 1, go, and go, and go. And we're off to the races. So. Alrighty. Gonna get that retweeted as well. Not that I anticipate actually needing to do that, because I have a feeling it's probably going to fill up, but we'll see. I'm always nervous about stuff like that, because it just makes it so that, like, whoever's computer is faster or whose internet doesn't break or whatever, I don't like making it that sort of a race, but there's just kind of no other way to do it. Alrighty. So I need to get a replay code loaded up. Okay, so we've got one for both U-Bit and for new account, which is great. And you still wanted to do the Nova one, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get that started.
Have fun, friends.
All right. Thank you, Devi.
You're welcome.
And thank you too, Jamie. ETMD. And N43Q.
Okay, so how does the VOD review work?
So for right now, I am going to share my screen with you in just a second. I'm getting it all loaded up, but it's almost there.
All right.
And then you'll be able to watch the projection through Discord. So now you know how that system works, right? Just click on my name, click watch stream.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, perfect. And we'll just go through and talk about the different decisions and, what it would be good for you to work on for the future. Hopefully that'll get your sights set in the right direction so that you're able to improve in, towards whatever goals you're working on.
Yeah. So. Even though I won this match, I am aware that I made a lot of mistakes in it, so I look forward to learning from this.
As is always the case, the best players in the world are always making mistakes too. So, all right. So we're looking at Hydra, Splash, C Junior, and Nova. So one thing with this comp is that a Hydra, there are definitely some situations where it can play in more aggressive positions, but it's not going to be a reliable source of pushing power. It's not something that is going to be like the tip of the spear for your team. They're not going to be pushing the enemy team back. They're more there to enforce the space that their team already controls. So they're not going to be doing a lot of aggressive play. And the C Junior is not a weapon that's super well equipped to be fighting up on the front lines either. It runs into something like the blaster, and it should probably go down most of the time. So it also doesn't want to be getting too aggressive here. So all you've really got in the way of weapons that are really top-tier aggressive weapons, the weapons that can push forward, is your Splash-O-Matic. And some of the time, they're going to be wanting to use a Crab Tank. So your comp doesn't have a lot of that aggressive pushing power, which means that you, while, as the Nova, there's only so much aggressive play that you want to be making because your weapon has an abysmal kill time and bad accuracy. It is still going to be valuable for you to occasionally be pushing up a little bit more aggressively than usual because your team just doesn't have that many weapons that want to be pushing up. And since you've got some range, you might be able to bully the juniors out of the way or something. You're better than nothing in that regard. So that's something to be thinking about there. You've got paint covered decently well between the Splash and the Junior, so that doesn't need to be like your primary focus or anything like that, but it's always good to be putting paint down on the ground. And the more you can use those point sensors to stop flanks from happening, the better. Especially good to be kind of trying to bodyguard for your Hydra so that they don't get jump scared by a blaster or something. That they know that that's coming before it comes. So that's always a good idea.
All right.
Then when your team is ready to push, you want to be looking for when they're ready to throw a whale out there. In terms of tower riding, any of these weapons probably could ride tower if they wanted to. So I would kind of just look and see, are my teammates taking tower? And see who's taking tower, especially. Like if one weapon in particular is taking it over and over again, then you can kind of just start to expect that they're going to take it. But it's kind of up in the air. Like on a team, you would want to establish ahead of time who was going to be taking the tower. Solo queue, it's not the easiest thing to determine, so you'll kind of just have to play it by ear, which the reason that you want to know who's going to take the tower ahead of time is so that they don't have to waste time sitting in mid, like, looking at the tower like, wait, should I be the one who grabs it? In a Canadian standoff, like, no, after you. No, I insist, after you. Waiting to see who's going to go and get on top of that thing. And if everyone knows in advance who's going to be taking it, the frontliners can just run forward straight away and take more space for the amount of time that they have with the enemy team down, not getting in their way. And in this game, being able to take that extra space is really, really important. So, one other thing about this map mode is that the second checkpoint is a really, really major, important place to hold the tower. If you can't stop the tower from going through your second checkpoint, then you're probably just going to take another, like, at least 30 points before you're going to be able to get control of it again. Because it's all downhill, and it's very, very attacking team favored once you get past that point. So really important to stop it before it goes through that second checkpoint especially. Ideally, you keep it at the first, but if you need to give up the first, then definitely be ready to stop it at the second.
Yeah.
Never heard it called a Canadian standoff before, but it's perfect. Yeah, that's... there's the Mexican standoff, and then there's the Canadian standoff.
Yeah, I'm still laughing because of that comment you made.
Okay. So, putting that right on the tower right away. I would probably actually... Granted, you know, at earlier levels especially, people are more likely to get up on the tower first thing and just, like, jump on there right away. Here's the thing, though. If they do that, the video game tells you that they've done that, because it tells you the enemy team took the tower. So that's information you don't necessarily need to have, because you're just going to be able to look up at the heads-up display and see that. So what might be more useful is to try and put this maybe underneath the trench, where it's harder to see, or to put it on the side so you can see someone climbing the wall. There are a couple of different places that people are really likely to pass through, and any of those locations where you're not necessarily going to get told in big bolded letters on screen could be a better place to throw those early on.
Okay, good to know.
All right, nice. That's one down there. One thing that I would look at right now is where your teammates are positioning. So, like, you're furthest forward right now, but then you have a teammate who goes over on the right side wall over here, right? So, what might be helpful for them is if you throw maybe a point sensor at the right-hand side so that they can see, you know, because they've been blinded by the wall they're trying to climb for all this time. So giving them some information on what's immediately in front of them might be helpful. Even if you don't catch anybody, at least they'll know, oh, I can drop into this spot because nobody's in there sharking me. It could also help to paint for them a little bit. You also get someone who drops on the far left. Now, I don't really agree with that play because we've already got someone on the far right. So your team is kind of split up either way. But you probably want to pick one of those directions and try to help someone on one side or the other so that they're more likely to be successful and less likely to just go down and leave you alone here. So, like, right there, your teammate gets one, which is great. That paint right there, I probably wouldn't put out for a couple reasons. For one thing, you can't see anybody. You're not, like, shooting at anything over there. And you've already had a teammate drop left, so the chances are actually pretty high that they've already painted all of that stuff that you put your shots on down there. But the other thing is, if there is an opponent on that wall and you fire shots over the wall like that, now they know exactly where you are. You're revealing yourself to them. So I would probably, seeing that all of this is all painted up, I would maybe try to stealthily move forward and see, like, okay, what has been painted, what hasn't been painted. Looking at the screen right now, you don't have a lot of information on enemy positions. You know that there's one down. You know that there's one on the front left if you happen to have spotted that, and that's probably going to go away pretty soon. And you're seeing some kind of splash on the top right over there, but mid is in your way visually. You can't really see what's going on. Anything that's happening in the trench below mid, you have no idea. So we want to get to a place where we have more information, is the main point.
Yeah, I want to push forward a little bit then, right?
Yeah, like, you don't necessarily want to go forward very visibly, because it's very easy to get sharked by someone who's on the wall if you move too far forward too visibly. But you also want to get to some place where you can see to make sure it's safe to push forward so that you can actually push forward. Because right now we're kind of just stuck in a loop of, well, I can't see where anybody is, so I'm just going to throw a point sensor out there and spot if someone's there. If you are going to, like, throw a point sensor at this point, you kind of want to be, like, spotting that there's nobody there, realizing that that spot is safe, and then taking control of it by painting it. And working your way forward that way so that we get to a place where we know where anybody is that could threaten us, and we know what it's safe to do and what's safe not to do. And then we can make a more informed decision about what has to happen next. We end up getting on tower. They're not really stopping us, but also, if we move the tower too far forward here, the blaster is just going to have range on us. So I agree with you getting off the tower here.
Yeah,
that's not a bad point sensor right there, because that's something that's likely to catch someone coming after you to try and go after you, and like that actually works on the blaster here. So now we know exactly where the blaster is this whole time. I would not be that far back while they're marked, because since you've marked them and they don't have you marked, you can take this like high ground over the top of them and be shooting down at them, and you'll be getting shots on them before they're getting shots on you. You might have to back up, you know, they might start hitting shots and your weapon is so slow to kill that you have to back up anyway, but at least you'll be able to do something, because from here, they just kind of get up this wall for free. So we want to, like, once we get someone marked, try and use that information when we can, so that we're, like, spotting that player and getting some advantageous position on them, instead of just being like, okay, they're right there, and sitting on the same spot that you were at and not doing anything about them.
Got it.
We do end up catching them, which is great. This big bubbler almost gets you in trouble here. Very close to painting our feet there. Totally see what we're going for. Good job getting out of there. We want to turn around as quickly as we can and start looking back the other way to see if anyone's chasing us. But we managed to get away from that, and we throw out the whales, which help us get them off the tower, which is all good. With auto bombs, and this is a really small thing because it's not even targeted on you, but the best policy when you do get them targeted on you is to move towards them briefly to get them to explode, and then move away. Because then, instead of it chasing you around for like 7 or 8 seconds and you having to worry about them for all that time, you just get rid of it while it's on a safe spot and you move on with your life. And it's also not revealing, you know, someone's position that whole time. So Inkstorm goes out. We don't want to stay here for too much longer, because that Inkstorm, if somebody on the enemy team pushes in with that, that's going to corner us here. So we want to make sure we always have 2 escape routes out of any situation. And so we move over here, which is good. We have a teammate who just kind of ran in there as a custom junior. That's questionable. Questionable. Yeah, we should be able to get that. That's good. And we got away from the blaster, which is good. I wouldn't continue to get on the tower once I recognize the torpedoes on me, because that's going to paint my feet on the tower and make it so I can't leave the tower. So now you're in a lot of trouble, because your feet are painted, so getting off the tower is dangerous. I think we luck out that the blaster on the right ends up going down to someone on your team, so we end up just getting to stay on the tower here, but that torpedo is definitely dangerous. We either wanted to shoot it or get away from it and then get back on the tower. I like that point sensor, because that catches someone trying to come up that wall. And then your teammates deal with it, so you focus on the other direction that they're not looking. Right now, you're right in front of your Hydra, which is where you want to be. Granted, it feels like they kind of walked up to you that way, but if you're in front of a Splatling, your back will block their shots. So as soon as you see the Hydra anywhere near you like that, you want to be moving to the side somewhere so that you're not getting in their way.
Yeah, you lagged a little bit for me.
Oh, okay. So the Hydra here, they get up on the tower, and this is a signal for you, in part, to get off the tower and be pushing further forward. Having 2 people on tower is basically never that useful. The most that it ever does for you is it gets you through specifically checkpoints a little bit faster, but it is only a little bit faster. It's not really that big of a deal. And it's more worth it to get people who are capable of pushing forward to push up and make a defensive perimeter around the tower, so that nobody ever gets in range to shoot at it.
I wanna ask something. Should I have backed off from the tower, or should I have gone forwards to push against the bathtub?
You want to be pushing forward. It's not as useful for you to be behind the tower here, because then they just mob your Hydra player, and you're left behind them being like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Okay, in that case, how should I contest against the bubble? Because it feels like really scary to go up in front for me.
So
especially
what I would probably do, if the bloblobber specifically is what I'm concerned about here, and right now I'm maybe a little bit more concerned about what's coming from the bottom left. Because the thing about the bloblobber is it's not very easy to aim those blobs up onto the tower. And they're also very slow moving, so you can kind of see them coming. So bloblobber clearing the tower is not a huge threat. I would probably pay a little bit of attention to the left, because the Hydra is a line of sight weapon and it might not be able to deal with that so well. But let's say we are worried primarily about the Bloblobber. That's the only thing we're really going to concern ourselves with right now. We see that our team is taking care of left, and we want to deal with what's on the right. What I would probably do from here is I would drop off the tower to the right and keep the high ground. You won't be able to see my mouse from here, but you see that ledge in front of you that's still unpainted a little bit at the corner?
Yeah.
I would hop up on top of that and shoot down at the Bloblobber, because those are harder shots for them to hit, and it gives you an angle that lets you see around that corner, while putting you in a place where if they do start trying to attack you, you can just back up and move to the right a little bit, and you're immediately behind some cover. And so that would be a relatively safe place to do it from. Once you've pushed them back a little bit, then you can drop down right to where that second checkpoint area is, and right side peek around the corner of the big glass box. Another idea is once you get down there in the second checkpoint area, you could drop off all the way onto the right side, over that ledge. And now they have to get you out of there before they can attack the tower. Because as soon as they attack the tower, you're going to be coming up over that ledge and shooting them in the back. So that's kind of the progression that I would take to move forward from spot to spot there.
All right, okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, I don't really agree with the Hydra, it looks like they're taking a little bit of damage here, which is why they're dropping off. But as soon as they drop off, you want to get out from in front of them as much as you can. There's not even that much you can do there. Blaster just ends up getting 3. I think one issue there is that we got too clumped up, and that's not entirely your fault, because your teammates were away from you when you went there, and then the Hydra drops on top of you, and your teammate goes up the wall, and so that one blaster indirect hits all 3 of you at the same time. But the more people spread out, the safer that's going to be.
Yeah.
Those shots... sorry, go ahead.
No, nothing. It's just good to keep in mind.
Those shots that you're firing there into mid, I wouldn't be firing those for the same reason as the ones on the left that I talked about earlier, because those are letting the opponents know where you are, but it's not really giving you any information about where they are, and even if you hit someone, it's going to be blind luck, and you're probably not going to get the splat, because your weapon is so slow at doing that, and they're going to run away.
Yeah, I noticed I have a bad habit of putting out unnecessary information.
It's one thing if you're painting, because when you're painting, you're committed to just putting that ink down on the ground, and as soon as you put the ink down on the ground, you can just swim into the ink you put down and be stealthed again, because now you've got a whole bunch of stuff to hide in. So that's, never a bad idea if you're just looking for something to do. But here, there's not an awful lot from this position to paint, because everything in front of you is already purple. So yeah, there's probably a little bit of orange ink that you're covering up at the very tip of your range, but you're not going to be getting special very quickly that way. You're not going to be getting any extra information about where the enemy team is by firing those shots. So there's a lot less value you're getting that way. With a teammate pushed up as far forward on the far left as they are, I would probably be angling to try and get the enemy team's attention a little bit and then just back up out of the way and hope that my teammate can come in on the flank and get something done that way.
All right.
And see, because that opponent knew you were right there, they were able to just get on the tower and splat you before you were able to turn and return fire, especially since they got the big bubbler up.
Yeah, I see what I did wrong there.
Oof, 3 down. That's unfortunate. So, like that point sensor a lot. That will give you important information about where the enemy team is. I would definitely be getting submerged in the ink ASAP right now so that I can heal faster. You don't want to stay with this much damage. You can see the ink splotches at the corners of the screen. You don't want to stay with this much damage for very long, because all it takes is a blaster indirect or a stray blob or something, and all of a sudden you're down. So better to heal that up before you do anything more. So now that we've dropped down into the ink, it is now healed, but it took that long until just now for you to get all of your HP back. If they push during that time, you probably go down.
Discord compression is horrible.
Yeah, sorry about that. My internet connection has also not been super great recently. I keep forgetting to reset my router. I've been planning on doing that, but so we'll see if that ends up fixing it, but can't really do too much about it for the time being. And if nothing else, there's always the stream that you can watch later, because that should be higher quality.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I can gather what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back for just a second. There is a player who comes up over the side of the ramp, and I forget what exactly happens with them. So this right here is fine. If this is as far as they get, you've still got half the game left. This is not an not a difficult lead to beat. So this is fine. It's if they get through this checkpoint that we're going to start having problems. So we're shooting at the tower. It's not a bad idea to get some paint on the tower, but that's really the only value that those shots are going to get. Because again, you're firing across mostly your color ink from here. So you're not getting a lot of extra special charge. You're not getting a lot of extra information. You are still giving away information. So those are things to think about. Good job dealing with that blob-lobber coming at you. You fired the shots that you were safe to take and then got behind cover, and it was, perfect timing from your teammate to be able to swoop in behind and get them from there. Now from here, you really don't want to be staying inside the ink storm. You probably want to be backing up, and what I would probably do is from here, I'd jump to my back left and land on that ledge to the left of me so that the ink storm's out of the way.
Got it.
Because the issue here is that as the enemy team approaches with the tower, they're going to get in range of you if you stand on that ledge. And so now this junior's like right on top of you. They know that the Booyah Bomb is going to go on tower, so they know they have to get out anyway, and they're just going to rush at you. And that's a fight that the junior should, in theory, be able to win. They ended up not doing so, so good job, finding your shots and doing what you had to get out of that. On paper, they probably win that, though. So that's still a situation we probably want to avoid. Okay, so 2 down on the enemy team. The whales might have been popped maybe a little bit early, but it's not the worst thing because you're still figuring out, is it safe to push up? Like, are there players in front of us? The information that you get from that will let you know. But having 2 down, being in a 4v2 situation, you probably want to think twice about using resources to be able to push forward, because you can just run forward at the enemy team and use your numbers advantage to get them out of the way. You don't necessarily need a special yet to move them. You might need a special to move them after they have time to respawn, by the time we're across mid and they're starting to get back into play. So, okay. I like that we're painting. This is going to get a special charge pretty quickly because it's the combination of painting and being able to use the tower to farm special. I like the this way call because what's happening here is we're not getting people up in front of the tower. Like, we need somebody to be moving up. And that's a problem that we talked about earlier on, that your comp just doesn't have a lot of weapons that want to push up that way. So it might be the sort of thing where maybe even you want to this way to get someone to pick up the tower, but then push up in front of it and try and get a little bit more space before the enemy team respawns in.
Also, the splat bomb that got me was just really sad.
Yeah, by the time you're in the air, like, you're kind of just stuck, because any kind of jumping is going to make it so that you can't access swimming for that set amount of time that you're in the air. And since swimming is your fastest movement option, getting stuck airborne often means that you're just going to land on that bomb and there's nothing you can do. Alright. So we want to move... we're in the middle of the ink storm, but the ink storm is moving past us. So we want to move to the front corner of the tower so that as soon as the ink storm moves past, we're out of the circle. Like,
Yeah.
there we go. I like the whale. But you can see here, like, we've got one player who's trying to push up on, like, the left-hand side. Everybody else is sitting behind the tower. And the problem that that's creating is this one blobber here on the top right is stopping 3 players on your team because all those 3 players are trying to get on the tower and the blob has shots on them. Whereas if we have 1 player on the tower and everybody else is pushing up in front of it, we can probably just like 2v1 the blobber at some point and get rid of them. And so that's the advantage of having people in front of the tower. That, like, there's someone stopping the enemy team from ever getting to the tower in the first place.
That makes sense.
Oh, man, that was so close. Like, honestly there, while the blobber is really hurt, and you definitely can at some point get the shots on them, you're so close to clearing this checkpoint, I would probably just stay behind the pole there, having chased the blobber away, and instead just finish the checkpoint. That's more progress for your team than you'll get by trading the blobber here. So just, like, keep yourself alive in that situation, go for the checkpoint, and see if you can get that, and then maybe turn to fight.
Alright.
But we did get lead off of that push. Just a question of whether we're going to be able to keep it, because we still haven't gotten those big points yet. Got a little bit scary there with the blaster. I think they're mostly not pushing you there because they're scared of the Hydra to your left. But if it was just you and them, they could have probably just pushed you and gotten you cornered and got you stuck there. That plat area is a bit of a trap sometimes, because you get up there, you lose control in front of you, and then the enemy team knows you're stuck there, and you're forced to either jump out or just take the fight. Whereas if you hang more around the right ramp, which is where you are right now, then you have a way to back up, you have a way you can drop off to the right, you have a way you can drop off in front. You can just submerge onto the wall to your left and hug onto that and maybe drop into trench. Like, you have way more options for where to move if you get pushed from there than if you corner yourself on the left. So that's usually where I prefer to linger more. If I'm going for plat, it's so that I can, like, get paint for special or something and then immediately be able to rush forward out of there. There, you might just not have noticed the big bubbler on tower. You have range over any of the weapons that could have put the big bubbler down, over the junior or over the blaster. Your weapon just outranges them, so you can just safely pick away at the shield from further away first, while they can't shoot you. But because you run forward towards them, it ends up being the junior, and they have the range to actually shoot you from here. So that ends up getting you splatted. But you don't have to, like, give them those shots, and you can still do all the same damage that you're trying to do if you just back up a little more.
Yeah, I couldn't quickly decide what to do there.
Okay, nice. Teammate's able to get one. Fortunately, it looks like it's only the Hydra who's trying to defend here. I like that you opt to come over to the right-hand side here. You know that the Hydra is on the left, and since you're coming around on the right, you're going to be able to attack the tower from 2 different directions together. And that's the perfect way you want to do it. Nice. See, easy pick there. They're 2 down, so we want to start painting forward and pushing forward. Okay, yeah, we see that player... Good awareness, spotting that your teammate went down. Looking to see what got them. Make sure that they're safe. Nice job, nice job. I like how safely you're playing it here, where, like, you are pushing forward, but you're making sure that, like, you're not pushing into the range of a weapon that splats faster than you. That's really important for this weapon, because it is very weak in combat otherwise. I think one thing that you can do to maintain that kind of safe distance is to throw point sensors on people that you know are there, so that when you do take cover, like you did against the blaster just now, you can see if they start to push around that cover, or you can see if they're trying to shoot over the top of it. Like, if the blaster knew you were under there, they might have been able to hit you with the indirect damage over the top of the ledge. And you would have known whether they were going to try and do that if you had point censored them. But for the most part, you're doing a great job of keeping your space. And with only 2 seconds left, no way the enemy team does anything about this. We win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, overall, generally pretty good job. It looks like you've got a decent awareness of where your teammates are, at least, where you're like checking for where opponents flank. You're also keeping your distance from the opponents pretty well, like you're using that range that you've got to your advantage and making sure that you don't put yourself in a position where they can splat you faster than you can splat them. There were a couple of exceptions there, like the tower rider being pushed towards you. And I think that's something that happened once earlier as well, that there was a big bubbler on tower and they dropped over the ledge on you, and you won that fight, but I told you that one on paper you probably shouldn't win. In those kinds of situations, it seems like you're holding towards the tower, when as long as you can shoot at the tower, you don't need to move any closer to it necessarily. Like, maybe you want to get up on top of it at some point. You're not the greatest weapon to be doing that because of how slow your kill time is, but if you need to do it to maybe stop it before it gets lead or something, then that's definitely an option. But for the most part, there's no need to push toward it, so just keep yourself at a distance where your weapon has an advantage, and keep firing from there instead of trying to push forward and giving the enemy player an advantage by being too close to them.
Got it.
The other thing was, in this particular case, your team was really lacking for forward aggression, and so trying to play into that just a tiny bit more, to make sure that somebody is actually up there to push the enemy team back instead of just letting them walk up to the tower every time. That's really valuable to the team when you can pull it off. And obviously know the limits of your weapon, know what it is you can get away with there, but definitely keep an eye on that. Oh, hey, we got a YouTube subscription from Eric, who was a coworker of mine at Bravest Esports. So, welcome, Eric.
Nice.
Good to see you. There's and I see them in the chat too. So welcome. Do you have any questions for me, Bit?
Let me think. Not that I can think of immediately, because so far, all the tips you've gave me so far that's been really helpful. I pretty much don't have any questions.
All right. Well, I'm glad they've been helpful.
Much for that. And
best of luck continuing on your way. One thing I will say, absolutely, play the weapons that you enjoy playing, and you are, you're clearly accustomed to how the Splattershot Nova works. I personally don't see a lot of viability competitively speaking in the Splattershot Nova. The best option that I see for it is running Opening Gambit. What you do with Opening Gambit on this thing is, because you can throw point sensors, and that's a big part of this weapon's playstyle, you're going to be able to get a lot of assists. And assists refresh the timer on Opening Gambit. You have, I think it's like 30 seconds to start with Opening Gambit buffs, and then an assist or a kill increases it by 15 seconds. So if, for example, you wipe the enemy team, and you've just had everyone point censored who went down, now you're looking at a minute of extra time on Opening Gambit. And it's actually possible, because of how many assists this thing can get, to just keep that Opening Gambit for a significant length of time into the game. And that's how people are trying to play this particular weapon the most right now. And that gives it a lot more viability than most other playstyles for it. Like, I would be putting this very near the bottom tier of weapons if it weren't for that gimmick that it has. If you're looking for other options that play a similar playstyle, there are weapons like the 96 Deco, there are weapons like the Squeezer. If you want to go more on the aggressive side, you've even got the same special in the 52 Gal. So there are definitely some other options there. You could try out maybe the Forged Splattershot Pro. That's a pretty good basic midline shooter. All of those options are seeing more play competitively right now than the Splattershot Nova is. So if you ever feel like the weapon is holding you back, those are kind of the alternatives that you're looking for. But for as long as you're having fun with it, as long as you're having success with it, like, I'm never going to tell someone they have to play a different weapon or anything like that. Just want to make you aware that this is like on the lower end in terms of the abilities that the weapons themselves will give you to work with.
Yeah, I've been aware for a very long time that Nova is just not a good weapon in general. I just really like that weapon in particular. So
awesome, yeah, and that's totally valid. Did you ever hear the story of the Chevy Nova? It was a car that they tried to launch.
I've never heard of it.
So there's kind of a reason that you've never heard of it, which is that it was very unsuccessful. And part of that reason was that some of the market they were trying to market this car to was Spanish. And they didn't realize that Nova translates to doesn't move. And that kind of sums up my feelings about the Splattershot Nova. Doesn't really have a lot of tools to be able to move forward. So that's kind of where I've been with that. But
that is very hilarious.
Yeah. That's a particular favorite of mine. A really good lesson for all of the budding marketers out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming on the show. We're going to move on to our next VOD reviewee here. They just go by new account.
All right.
They've, I guess, got a new account. So I'm going to get in contact with them really quickly. Oh, Discord. To get them in here. I trust that they're probably watching the stream, hopefully. So they'll know to just hop into the waiting room VC when they're ready here. But I think I do have the code from them already. So I'll start getting that put in the meantime.
Am I required to leave?
You don't have to, but there won't be all that much more to talk about unless you come up with any questions or something. So people typically do.
I like talking to people, so I'm just gonna stay if you don't mind.
All right.
Of course, I won't talk too much when you're giving tips and all, because that's important.
Yeah, appreciate it. And then MFN 6.
I'm also hungry, so I'm gonna mute myself while I make something.
Okay.
Yeah, also thank you so much for today.
Yeah, of course. Oh, apparently it's an urban legend that they didn't call it Nova in Spanish. Oh, I'll have to look into that. Maybe get Snopes on it or something. Welcome in, new account, aka Denzel Curry, I guess.
Yeah, my favorite artist.
Drop the volume back just a little bit. Okay, say something real quick so I can check audio.
What's up?
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
So, welcome on. Looks like we've got a match. Oh, wait. Are you able to see the projection in Discord right now?
Yes, I can see it. Yeah,
okay,
I can see it.
All right. So, we'll get started here. We've got Junior, and we're playing with a Wiper, a Neo Splash, and a Vanilla Dually Squelchers on Rainmaker. So you're going to be a good weapon for popping Rainmaker Shield with bombs and paint. Not the most valuable special in the Big Bubbler, in the Big Bubbler for Rainmaker. So the thing about Rainmaker is that it moves, and the Big Bubbler doesn't. So it's tough to actually get it into a position where it's going to have as much impact as you'd often like. But the ability to throw a bunch of bombs is going to be able to hold the Rainmaker up to a degree. And the paint never hurts. So, let's see.
Yeah,
Longest range weapon...
I was just going to say, I was watching the last review, and I know that the Junior, as well as the Nova, isn't, like, the greatest weapon or anything, but I've just played it since, like, Splatoon 1, so it's something that I'm used to.
For sure. One thing that I do like about the Junior in this game is that its special enables it to play more aggressively than it typically would. When you're in your Big Bubbler, you're pretty strong as a weapon. Like, you have a really solid kill time, and the range isn't a problem because they have to push into your range to be able to hit you at all.
Yeah, definitely.
So that much is really nice for it, and it can, in those instances, go pretty aggressive. It's just, you won't see it as much at competitive level, in part because the Big Bubbler is going to get it shredded really quickly, and so you only get that power play for a couple seconds. And for another thing, because the Big Bubbler is a bit less of a help to the team in most situations than a lot of other specials would be. Like, in Splatoon 2, this thing got armor, and so it just spammed the crap out of that. Big Bubbler, it's a lot more situational, and so that makes it a lot less valued for that reason. But
another big struggle with Bubbler that I find is that I really have to pay attention to the opponent's specials, because, like, half the specials in the game just destroys Bubbler.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Well, man, I'm sad that story is an urban legend, because I love that story. I think it's a really funny example of localization going wrong. Because I know that there are plenty of other situations where things like that have happened. But I have to go find a better example of one now, I guess. Anyway. So, other team, they don't have anything that outranges your Dually Squelchers, which is kind of nice. Their longest range is, I believe... I forget which has longer range between the Tetras and the Wiper. They're both very close. And then you'll have to be careful against the Dapples. The Dapples are probably kind of a tough matchup, because while you outrange them slightly, it's not super difficult for them to just roll forward and get on top of you. And then their kill time is much better, and their weapon is more accurate. So that's definitely a concern for you. Obviously, Tetras also, they're one of the best duelists in the game, so you don't want to get stuck in a fight against them for too long. But you can also kind of protect yourself against something like the Tetras and the Wiper by painting defensively, so they can't sneak up on anybody. And we're going to be trying to play, the objective probably for this team. Dually Squelchers have pretty good range. The Wiper's got pretty good fighting power. The Neo Splash, it's going to have a special that can get you in, and it's going to have bombs it can throw, and it's not the worst fighting weapon either. So you're probably the best equipped weapon here to be picking up the Rainmaker. And that's what we'll probably be looking for, but there are a couple of other weapons that could definitely do it if the situation requires it. So rolling out to the right, looks like we're just going for pop right away. Actually, we're not. We're going aggressive here. We're trying to stop them from getting in. If you were like a T-Tech player, I'd be like, yes, that is the correct play. If you're like a 52 gal player, I'd say, yes, absolutely do that. For a play like that, a lot of the time you probably would prefer to pick a more aggressive weapon than a Junior. Because your paint that you could be putting down on the shield, your bombs you could be putting into the shield are really invaluable for them to be able to pop it. And it's, there are better weapons equipped to wall off the enemy team from getting in. You end up trading, but look at who you trade against. It's the Tetra Dualies. they have like very little popping power on the shield. They're not going to be doing an awful lot in that regard. And they're also going to have quick respawn, which means they're going to be back in really quickly. So for us, you know, running... Did they have... Run. They're just running a bunch of swim speed, which is a little weird. It's not what you typically want to see on the Tetras there, but I just assume by default that a Tetradulies I'm fighting against is going to have a bunch of quick respawn, which means, you know, even if I get them cleanly, they're going to be back in really quick. And if I trade them, that's kind of what they're going in for anyway. So it's probably a little bit outside of our role to be making that aggressive a push into like a 1v2 like that. Getting a trade is not a bad outcome for a 1v2 situation, given the circumstances, but the value, a lot of the value of the junior is putting paint down for your teammates who are going to be on weapons that fight better to be able to maneuver around the map, and also to protect them from the pop by putting your ink into it. So you kind of get... It's not the worst play either, because you get two of them occupied during all that time, and so the Dapples never actually get onto the shield. The Dapples are a really potent force for popping the Rainmaker. Like, if they get to the Rainmaker shield, you probably lose the pop anyway.
The only reason I actually went down there anyways is because I had the map open while I was going over, and I saw that none of my teammates were paying attention, so I didn't want them to, like, flank us or anything.
Gotcha.
But I should have played more passively.
Yeah, you can definitely cut that off without having to hard commit by dropping down over the ledge. Like, all you've really got to do is, like, drop a bomb over the ledge, and that'll force anybody who's trying to come up it to go a different way, or at least back up and show themselves. And then, you know, paint a little bit and then back up. And you've already slowed them down plenty. And now they're going to take a lot longer to get into mid or be able to do anything because they're being suppressed.
Yeah.
So I think one thing we might want to think about is when we want to drop over ledges. So I'm looking at this, we're 2 down as a team. And we're seeing that there's stuff being thrown on this right-hand side. A player just went down over there on the right-hand side in front of us. And what I would probably have done here is taken a second to take stock of the situation and see, like, okay, where is everybody at right now? Where is the player who just got my teammate? What direction's the Rainmaker trying to go? Is someone coming over the top? You know, figure out some players' locations before I drop over the ledge. Because once you drop over the ledge, you're cornered. There's just this corner, and if the player in front of you plays this right, you don't get to make it out of this corner without fighting them. So they end up just, like, not seeing you at all and not going for it, which is why you get out of there. But that's definitely a situation that they could have just got you stuck there. And as long as they had longer range than you, which is likely given their team comp, they probably could have just splatted you there before you could return any fire. So staying up here on top of the ledge gives you the ability to throw bombs down from a safer position where you can back up if someone's trying to hit you, because all of their weapons are line of sight. None of their weapons can hit over ledges like a bucket or something. And that makes it so that when you're on top of a ledge, all you have to do is back up a little bit, and now they don't have an angle where they can hit you anymore. And so that's an escape route that you have by being up top there that you don't have as soon as you drop over the ledge. Once you drop over the ledge, you're way more committed. Another thing about it is that you're more visible. They can see you flying through the air against the background of this unpaintable thing behind you. That's a lot easier for them to spot than if you stay sharking on that ledge above it. And you can move back and forth on that ledge and do all sorts of things, but once you drop, they're knowing exactly where you land. There's not a lot of movement you've got in the air to work with. That bomb in particular is thrown really far away. What you probably want to be doing if you're going to throw a bomb here is using it to block off the player that threatens you the most right now. That is the player that's been sharking around the left-hand side. So like this player knows you're here now. They start shooting at you, and then the Rainmaker shot gets aimed at you. So there's someone on the left that knows where you are and someone on the right that knows where you are. On your way back here, you probably want to be painting up a little bit so that you have someplace else you can run. Because if someone comes up on the left-hand ramp here, you don't have anywhere to the right you can back away. Behind you, I mean, you might be able to squeak behind that square of cover behind you and just drop behind it in squid form, but you still don't have anywhere to swim. We really need to get some ability to move here, or else we're going to get collapsed on and cornered pretty quickly. And if you're like trying to make an aggressive play here, the first thing you want to make sure is that there's nobody on this ramp. That this ramp at least is secure and you can exist there safely. So I would have put the first bomb immediately at my feet to the left, just around the corner, to make sure that anybody who is there is forced to back up, and that it paints that entire spot. Because now, this is exactly the thing we're worried about, that someone sharks up to us and we didn't see them coming at all. I like that bomb placement. That makes it so that you know that there's nobody who has come around that corner yet. They might be right on the other side of that corner, but they have had to at least back up from being around that corner.
I actually have to give a lot of props to my teammate there for saying ouch, because that's the only reason I actually threw the bomb there and checked that corner.
Yeah, and you spot the player out too and hit some shots, which is all good. This might be a good... Oh, hello. We love splat bombs. Yes, we do. This kind of situation is not a bad time to pop the big bubbler, because there's going to be a fight over your street. You can tell just from where the enemy team is, where the tower has to go, where your teammates are. And so putting that there puts a lot of pressure on the enemy team to either engage on you or back away from that bubble. And your teammates can... that helps your teammates either way with winning this fight. What also helps them is getting a double bomb and then beating a Tetris in a duel afterwards. So, let's go. So at this point, we really want to be getting some paint on the ground. Well, okay, we're running all the way over to the left now. This is much more aggressive play than I would want to be seeing as a junior, because there are other weapons that give you better combat advantages in this situation. Like, even if you're specifically doing this because you're used to fighting with a splat bomb, T-Tech splats faster and has more range and better accuracy, and still has the splat bomb. So if you're trying to play this aggressively, that is more of the kind of weapon that I would recommend you going for. You'll still be able to use all of the skills that you have from the splat bomb, but now you'll have a weapon with a little bit more punch to it, and you'll be able to back away from these dapples to be able to kite them. You'll have a better matchup against the Tetras by a lot. Gives you a lot of advantages, and if you're going to be playing like this, where you're not playing paint support, you're not playing to like lock in space after your team takes it, and you're trying to take it yourself, I think that's probably just the weapon you want to switch over to for that kind of a play style. Could also be going for like a splash, which will give you the faster movement speed than the T-Tech has, and then you'll just have to get used to either burst bomb or suction bomb, depending on which one you want to go for. But I remember back when I was first getting into the competitive scene, I played in Splatoon 2 the NZAP 85, and I was playing that thing really, really aggressively, and it took somebody in the competitive scene telling me, hey, that's a weapon that plays support. Like, that's a weapon that just paints the ground and gives the team armor. If you want to be pushing in and like going for people, that's more of a T-Tech kind of idea, or an N-Parries or something. And that led me to finding my favorite weapon, which was the Splatoon 2 Tentatek. So that's kind of the same kind of deal that I'm seeing here, where we're making plays that are so aggressive that I'm like, all right, you're not trying to be a support. You're trying to be a like an aggressive frontline weapon here. And so these are some options you might want to consider. But if you are still trying to play like a hybrid of the support slayer kind of thing, you want to be painting a lot more before you go in. Because we're going into a lot of positions where we don't have a lot of ink on the ground, where we maybe haven't considered where our escape routes are. It's always helpful when you're safe to just sit for a second in your ink, just not moving, looking around at the map, and taking like 1 second to figure out where are the enemy players, where is it safe to be, where should I go next. We don't want to just dive headlong in, especially when we're a weapon that isn't quite the premier in terms of fighting ability compared to what else we're up against. So this we can break down a little bit more.
I am trying to play more of like a slave support role, and I've tried T-Tech before, but it just doesn't click for me for some reason.
Gotcha. Well, it definitely takes a little bit of time, but I think that that extra kill power helps, because like I think there's actually a player in this fight where you hit 3 shots and the T-Tech kills with 3 shots. But let's take a look at how this goes. So this player comes around on the right, and you're in a kind of awkward position relative to them. Because standing where you are, they have open shots on you, and there's not a super easy way for you to get off that angle. What I would probably have done here is actually move to the left of the pedestal of the first checkpoint here, so that I can right side peek around it to hit this player. So they get a lot of damage on me, and then someone comes in from the left. And at this point, we probably don't want to drop in there with the Dapple Dualies. They have a faster kill time than us. We can't see them right now while they can see us. And they can dodge roll to throw us off when we do get down there. So at most, you probably throw a bomb there, but I probably wouldn't even do that because they're too mobile. They're probably not going to die to it. I would probably actually just press the fight against somebody else in the meantime and make the Dapples come to me. And that way maybe you have a chance of kiting them back or something. Because once you drop in here, you're in their domain. There is now no longer any escape route whatsoever. You have an unpaintable surface to your left, cliff to your right, cliff behind you. There's really nowhere you can go here. So they are getting shots on you first, and their shots do more damage and come out of the gun faster. Not a bad idea to play it a little bit safe here, given that you recognize that you're in a 2v3 situation. But your teammate does go in there, and at this point, I would definitely want to be moving to try and help them, because now the enemy team knows where they are and they're cornered. So you being able to get in there and threaten the enemy team and maybe keep them away, maybe keep them from popping or something, could potentially save your teammate there. We get in pretty late because we go up onto the grating and then have to drop back down, and then have to go back up the ledge. So because of all of those steps in the process, by the time we get there, it's too late. And now we're in danger, and we need to just back up, because we've already taken a couple hits. When you're sharking, like when you're in the ink like that, a really good idea is to move a little bit very slowly while you're in that ink. Because if somebody looked at you when you submerged and sees that there are no splashes in the ink anywhere, they're going to figure, okay, they're still on that spot, and maybe shoot at that spot. If you stealth swim a little bit, do you know what I mean when I say stealth swimming?
Yeah, when you like slowly swim.
Yeah, slowly swim so you don't create ripples and they can't see them. If you stealth swim a little bit, then if they shoot at that spot, you're off that spot and you're not getting shot right away. Plus, being such a short-ranged weapon, you're going to have to get close to them if you want to win fights against them. So probably better to be playing more on the side of getting towards them than backing away from them or staying at the very back. But good job getting in there and getting involved in that fight. We knew that there were some players on the right, and so that's actually where I would have looked first. First thing I would have done, probably once the dualies went down, is submerge again and swim around the corner here to look around this corner, because this is where everyone's always going to hide. Nice, you got a couple shots, but again, remember, we don't want to drop down on top of these dualies, necessarily. Looks like they got away somewhere.
No, they fell off. I was so confused for a second, though.
That's not a great 1v1 for you in general, the Dapple Doolies, and dropping down over a ledge where you can't see them and they can see you chasing, like we talked about before, not going to be advantageous. Tetras are up on the spinner here, so we're going after them, try and flush them out. And the Tetras, if you can get on top of them, are actually not a bad matchup for you, because Tetras don't have the fastest kill time, so not a bad idea to try and close distance against them as long as they're not currently doing damage. The challenge that you have against Tetras most of the time is that if you try to run at them, they're going to roll backwards and start shooting at you, and while they're out of range of you still, they're doing damage and also backing up, and they're kiting you really well. So you've got to be right on top of them before any shots are fired for that to be an engagement you want. Okay, so we do end up finding them here, which is good. Meanwhile, our Rainmaker carrier has just gone off in a direction where nobody's there to help them, when the entire team is over on the right-hand side instead. So, nothing much you can do about that one. Like, on one hand, you know, as the people in front of the Rainmaker carrier, it's important to try and go in the direction that the Rainmaker does go. But also, as the Rainmaker carrier, if you don't have anybody protecting you, and, you know, the team has a strong presence somewhere else on the map, you probably just want to move it over there. That right there, for example, was a situation where I think you hit shots earlier and paint their feet sooner if you have longer range. So that's something that could have stopped them there. Just pointing out, like, places where I feel like a T-Tech, for example, would have had more impact. This would not be a bad place to pop the big bubbler, because a big bubbler right at this intersection here between like left pit and mid, right in front of where the Rainmaker has just aimed. A big bubbler there lets your teammates just move in through that no man's land and get at the enemy team in whatever direction they're hoping to. So sure, you might have to deal with the Tetras inside that bubble, but while the bubble is up, your team just kind of gets to go wherever it wants to, as opposed to being forced into corners like they are right now.
Actually do wind up using the bubbler here, it's just way too big.
So you get one there. Yeah, it's like, the fight's already over by the time this goes up. There's someone currently shooting at it, which is interesting. That means there's someone down there in the pit. Good job beating the Tetras there. They got way too close for their own good, and that was a good example of how you do beat that weapon when you're on top of it. It just shouldn't be letting you get on top of it. Scooch back for just a little bit. See what information we're working with. So we know that there's someone in mid right now. We know that there's a threat over there over the top. And we also don't see it. So it's one thing to, you know, get up over the top. It's another thing to climb up over the top and jump over the ledge before you see what's there. If you're going to go up over the top, spend a second on the back of the wall and get your camera so you can look over the side. Because from here, you don't know what's in front of you until about this moment when you're already committed to being there and there's going to be paint at your feet when you land. So again, a bit of look before you leap, like we were talking about earlier. So then, enemy team just splits up, 2v1s you. They're going to be able to grab here, and they've got a big numbers advantage against your team, and also no checkpoint they have to clear. So player here makes a really smart decision to get up over the top left, because now you have to worry about the left and what's coming from in front of you. Fortunately, a teammate's able to dive in there and trade. Yeah, this isn't a bad spot to be, and you can bomb jumps, like that. If you're not going to go and hard commit to that fight on the left, I probably would have just bombed the other jump. Because the odds of you being able to help in what's already a 2v1 versus a longer ranged weapon when you have to swim that close to them, probably lower than the odds of you getting a pick off of just bombing the super jump here. So I probably would have just saved up enough ink, gotten another bomb, and gone for that. But they're in some serious desperation mode right now. That picking it up there was a big mistake on their part. All right, yeah, not too bad of an idea to continue the fight. Like, okay. There are parts of this fight that I like. I like the general idea of just keep them away from the Rainmaker shield here. I think there was one moment in execution that we probably would have wanted to do differently. So they get down over there. I probably don't jump off the ledge here at them. Because what they could do, what they should be doing, is back away from you and keep out of your range while being able to hit you. They don't notice at first, but then you see, like, as soon as they start rolling, it's here that they should be able to beat you. And their aim just isn't on enough for them to do that. But Tetra players will absolutely get to a point where they win that, like, 100% of the time. And so from there, you're in trouble until they miss that many shots. So you didn't have to drop over the ledge at them because they, at the moment, like, are completely out of play. That Tetras, once they drop down that far and go that far away in court, are not going to have an impact on the video game again. The game should, like, unless the enemy team gets overtime, the game is going to end before that player can really have an impact anymore. So keeping them away is all you really need to do. And you can maybe put some paint in between them and where they want to go, but then focus on what's going on around the Rainmaker here instead. Because that's really what can cause the game to be won by them. Tetras, as soon as they get in there, they're kind of just stuck in there. I would just paint the area to the left, like that, all of that purple that's to the left, just to the right of the Rainmaker pedestal. I would paint that from the high ground. And then that Tetras just can't really do much to get in anymore. And even if they jump into the Tetras, again, doesn't make a huge difference because the Rainmaker is what matters, and they're too far away from the Rainmaker to splat it. Not a huge fan of your team picking the Rainmaker up. They probably could have just left it there. And not committed someone to being on the Rainmaker and not risked giving them an overtime if they go down, but looks like they had all they needed to be able to make it work there. So overall, biggest things I would say are look before you leap. Whenever you're going to drop off a ledge, whenever you're going to go up over the top of a ledge, whenever you're going to go around a blind corner, use your camera and get information about what's around that first. Going around when it's a blind drop or when you don't know what's up over the top, that's always going to put you in a disadvantageous position. Like, an enemy player spotting you going up over the ledge like that is going to have advantage on you because they're going to see you and be looking at you before you've really even figured out what's going on. They already know where the paint is for them to work with. They already know what their plan is, but you get over the top and you don't even know if you're landing on friendly ink some of the times where we're especially going up over a ledge or something. So just, like, sit on the wall for a second, use the third-person camera, peek over the top. Like, I end up doing... Okay, thank you, map mode update. I want to go and be in the lobby, please. And there we go. Okay. So, like, instead of just going up over here and then seeing stuff, we want to sit here for a sec. Okay, it's safe, and then hop over. It doesn't take it that much longer, but the impact that it can have on whether you survive or not is not to be understated. So more of that sort of thing, and then if you're trying to move forward, kind of do one of these, and then move in when you see the opportunity, unless you've got a massive advantage and you know you just want to dive in there. But against some of those weapons, like, you weren't going to have a massive advantage. Sometimes you didn't have the numbers to have a massive advantage, or if you did dive in there, it was in front of your teammates, so there was going to be nobody to help you and use that numbers advantage when you went in. So, again, just kind of be a little bit more thoughtful about when you're taking engagements, and, you know, shark forward, position well for them, and pick your spots a little bit more carefully so that you're not ending yourself up in more situations where you go down for basically nothing. And big bubbler usage, just, always be looking for spots to use it once you have it. As soon as you hear that little ping noise, or even when the special meter starts getting close to when you're going to have it available, just start thinking so let's say, get to about, I'd say hereabouts, you start thinking, okay, where am I going to use this thing? Because if I want to use it, over there on that player out in the distance, I can just kind of paint this, move up, and have it by the time I'm there. So as much prior planning as you can put into the use of that special, the better. Then, make sure that when you're fighting a weapon that has longer range than you, that you're not engaging at all until you've got your aim on and you're in range. Because otherwise, they will probably win it. You don't want to end up ever in a position where they can hit you and you can't hit them. That's when you end up losing there. Do you have any questions for me?
I do have one that's not exactly related to my replay code.
I am not. I see a whole bunch of green circle around your Discord profile, but I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Hello, you there? New account?
Can you hear me now?
I'm seeing the green circle on Discord, but I'm not hearing it.
Dude, that's weird. Is it my end?
Is anybody on stream hearing it?
I can hear.
That's bizarre. Did I turn my volume way down? Say something now?
Can you hear me now?
That's what happened. Okay. The volume slider on my headphones just got clipped, so I wasn't hearing anything. Sorry about that, folks.
Dude, I was talking halfway through some of the VOD.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Is there anything in there that... man, so I was just talking over you the whole time then, without even knowing it. Dang it.
Yeah, it's fine. No worries.
Do you have any questions or any other comments from earlier or anything like that you want to talk about?
So, when you were talking about how I should play T-Tech, I've actually tried T-Tech and 52. I have 4 stars in both of them. But for whatever reason, I just don't really like the movement of them, so I haven't really used that too much. Also, normally I used a big bubbler way more than I did in that match, but what I like to do is I like to do it on really specific locations, like on the Rainmaker checkpoints, or if you know that one area where you have to jump from the box to get to the other Rainmaker checkpoint, I like to use it there. I just didn't have what felt like too good of opportunity to use it, so I just try to use it to stop that one push. And the last thing is an actual question. I see a lot of people run intensify action on shooters because they have better jump accuracy, but from everything that I see in videos and whatnot, it's jumping is bad when you're in a fight.
It depends. There are situations where you want to do it and situations where you don't. The situations where you would want to do it would be situations where you can get the pick before you hit the ground. Because what jumping does do is, especially the first half of the jump, makes you harder to hit than just swimming around. Because now they have to aim on 2 axes instead of aiming on just one. They can't just focus on right-left. They also have to focus on up-down. The problem with jumping is that the way back down, once they figure out you've jumped, they can project where you're going to land better than they will be able to project it if you're just swimming around. So jump accuracy does help sometimes. And sometimes people are just jumping so that they can paint better, because the increase in the aim spread from jumping makes a weapon paint better.
There's also the situation where if you happen to have high ground and there's people below you that cannot reach you, then having more jump accuracy would be helpful, I think.
Yeah, maybe if you're falling on top of someone from a ledge, that's a situation where it could be helpful. As for, I personally, I started off trying to run a little bit of it on the splatter shot, and I just never felt like I got so much value from it that I really needed it. It felt better to have other stuff personally, but I always default to recommending what's on sendu.inc/builds instead. I would prefer to recommend what a top player is doing than to tell you what I have found success with personally, because they're playing at a higher level than I am.
All right, well, appreciate it.
Have you, by the way, tried out Splash at all?
I have tried out Splash. It's not horrible, and I do like it more than 52 or the Splatter Shot. Like, it's definitely my number 2 pick besides Junior. But honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I'm just waiting for Junior to be in a good place competitive-wise, and then I have a lot of practice on it now.
Gotcha, yeah.
Same.
Most of the competitive Junior players that I know just immediately switch to Splash, because the main weapon is so similar in terms of combat. It's still a 4-shot, really similar fire rate, and you have the movement speed to work with, and similar range as well. And so all of that carries over really well. You learn to poke with burst bombs instead of learning to throw splat bombs, which is definitely an adjustment. And Crab Tank is its whole thing. It's a much more aim and positioning intensive special than something like Ink Armor was. But those are the kind of the competitive alternatives right now that people are considering. So just putting all of those ideas out there. But yeah, the Intensify Action is something that, like, I feel like it gets more value with something with a little bit more range, probably. Like, with Splatter Shot, I like to do a lot of, like, shots where I'll jump from a position with high ground to get close enough to, like, a backline weapon. And as I'm falling down, just hit shot, 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 and then be down below the ledge before their teammates can punish me for it. That sort of a play works a lot better on a Splatter Shot than it does on a Junior. And for a Splatter Shot, that's the sort of thing where, you know, if I'm missing some of those shots and it's not my fault, that's something I would want to use the gear for. But I haven't even found that it's been that impactful on those kinds of situations. I'm still able to hit those shots when I need to. So I personally don't get a lot of use out of it. But then again, you know, jumping may be a little bit less a part of my playstyle than a top player. There are a lot of considerations there.
All right, cool. Thank you.
All right. So that'll do it for our VOD reviews there. Thank you to both of you for being willing to be criticized in front of like a couple hundred people. Really appreciate the bravery and the humility that it takes to do that. And I hope that this has helped you with whatever goals it is that you guys are working towards in Splatoon. Y'all have a good one.
For your time.
Mm-hmm.
I just value learning about my mistakes and gaining new experiences more over the like humility. So I gained a lot from this. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. All right, I'm gonna head out now, so you guys can do what you like.
All right,
have a good one.
Care. Peace.
All right, we are now hung up from the call. Okay. So, Ty Nallies or Ty Nails or something. Send me a DM and maybe if you guys exchange like Discord tags or something like that, you can loop Chaluna in and get a group call going there. So that's definitely something I'd be willing to do for y'all. Okay, let's see how many DMs I have now. Let's just look at this and weep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's not too... Oh, wait, there's 17 message requests, though. Okay, well, I knew that was coming. I spent like an hour today trying to get caught back up on my Discord DMs. And now I'm only like 1 day behind instead of 3 days behind or something like that. It's like checking emails at work That's literally like the closest equivalent there is. So. Alright. Well, I'm going to finish up some soup and then we'll play a few games here. Might actually go and play maybe a game on Nova and a game on Junior just for our VOD reviewees here. But yeah, I figure with all those new DMs and everything, we've probably hit that cap of 24 for what's already paid for and whatnot. But we'll see. I mean, worst case scenario, we can just run some of those, like, run some of those through Metafy, run some of those on Tuesdays or something like that. We'll figure it out. So for those who did miss the announcement, I put out a Google form to sign up for a series of lessons that I'm hoping to just make a stream out of on Thursdays. So we have like a Thursday equivalent to the Tuesday show. This is just for a few months. It'll be from May 18th to August 3rd. And these lessons, normally I would charge for a lesson at that time because I only do the free ones on Tuesdays. But Agent 4 has generously prepaid 24 lessons. So we'll be doing those over the course of the summer months as soon as LTC is over. Because I'm not starting any of that before LTC. That's a bit much. LTC is going to be a lot organizationally. What you said about camera peeking is something I have to work on. Yeah, that's going in informed is extremely important. What you'll notice when you watch top-level players is that there are a lot of situations that just look so easy because, well, yeah, of course there was a player there. But if you try to play that situation yourself, a lot of the time, you know, lower-level players, you can't see that information that the top-level player was able to see because your camera control isn't as smooth and at such a good angle that theirs is. Reborn's doing videos now? What? I had no idea. I need to go find him on YouTube. I think at some point there was a mutual friend of ours that was trying to get him into content creation, but I didn't know that he was actually biting there besides streaming on Twitch 8 hours a frickin' day. Yeah, kind of like driving in that it looks easy until you're in there doing it, but another aspect is that when you're driving, you're always going to have the same camera angle, quote unquote. You're never, while you're driving, as long as you're doing it right, going to just get stuck looking down at the ground or looking up at the ceiling of the car. Like, people know not to do that, and they're not going to be driving in such terrain that they need to worry about something that's up above and something that's down to their left at the same time. So, fortunately, we've made driving a lot more safe than it is to control an Inkling. Controlling an Inkling is very dangerous business. But it's okay. If you mess up controlling your Inkling, you don't die. You just get splatted. Gem has clearly never driven in my city. we were going to do a match on Nova. And I'm going to run the opening Gambit build here. Do I care about Ninja Squid enough? Probably not. Probably want some quick respawn and some quick super jump. Yeah, all of that is probably good. Let's go and run this in open. I feel like I kind of have to just automatically include dodging in my combat movement pattern with this weapon. Because I'm probably not going to get all of the shots before they start moving. But, so. Let's get in there and make sure that we get some point sensors down as soon as there's any fighting to be had, so that we can keep this opening Gambit active. I don't know that we're going to get that. Yeah, see there... You just can't stand still and fire, because even if you get the jump on them, they still splat you first. So I might have already lost it, but we'll see if we can get one right here. Oh my god. Okay, there's an assist. Here's another one. So that gives me another 30 seconds as long as it was still active at that time. Let's double check and see if we lost it there. No, we did lose it. We already lost it. Darn. It's a pretty short window to get that first one. That first one's tricky. So we're going to try and help push forward here, because similarly to the game we were looking at today, we're kind of going to have to play a little bit of frontline just because of the weapons that we have. Oh, hey, did you not? Thank you. Ow. We're going to lose our front line there. Not a huge fan of them sticking that close. I can't really get too far in there. Got some assists, though. Okay, close one. I want to make sure that they can't pop this on us. Okay. A little bit spooky there. I should probably just grab. Thought we had more forward pressure than we did, but at least I juked someone well enough to get one shot off. I do not have the damage to shred that. No way I've got the damage to shred that. Okay. Got a little bit of damage on everyone, and then the team was able to clean up. Okay, that's one. That'll help us find the remaining players. Couldn't get that off before they could get the shots. And we weren't able to pop the Rainmaker shield either, so Bush probably dies there. Amnesia? Maybe it's like supposed to be looking like Amnesia, but not spelled that way because her name is Nisa? 2 players down there on left. They are marked, so we know that that's happening. We just don't do anything about it. I thought someone was going to shoot at that, because they had their back turned to the rest of my team. Felt like that was a pretty easy, like, E-leader pick or something. Don't know what all was going on with them, but... Alright. So that'll slow that down considerably. Oh, cool! And poof, right? That's still happening. Alright, we're back in it. That definitely felt like a situation where I was about to be seen. Okay. This should get us a lead. There's a player from the left here. Get some damage on them. Always paint the side for your Rainmaker carrier so that they don't have to paint it themselves and they can just swim. Because the closer they get to the Rainmaker pedestal and have to stand still, the more likely it is they're just going to get stopped. Had some dropped frames, yeah. It usually has been on my end. Unfortunately, it's connected in time that I haven't fully DC'd from it. But number 1, Splat Assister. You should be getting that every single time with the Splattershot Nova. In part because you have point sensors, but also in part because that is your tool for keeping Opening Gambit active. It is going to make you look a lot more useful than you actually were. It's like Splattershot Juniors from Splatoon 2, where they always got armor assists. Okay, so there's that one, and now we're going to play a Battle Junior. So we're going to go Ninja Squid, because we're going to need that sort of thing to be able to get close to people. Have you ever reviewed a Tricolor VOD? I don't think anyone's ever submitted one. Oh no, actually that's not true. We did get one that was submitted. I don't think it's the best for understanding how to play the other modes. It's definitely just designed to funnel people into the middle of the map as quickly as possible and get a lot of fights going. How do you get audio to your headphones from both your Switch and your PC? I don't. I actually just have my TV volume high enough that I can hear it through my headphones. But the way to do that would be using a piece of hardware called an audio mixer. You can go in and get on top of this, and get on top of this. And now it's just the brush, who's over there, and they're down. So now we just get over here and we set up this. And we make a menace of ourselves. And now the whole team has gotten up to like 30 before they run into any resistance. That's a pretty good run right there. Saw from the line of fire that there was going to be... Okay, that was quick. So the reason that that works is that the opponents were not painting defensively enough to keep me off them when I came around the corner. I got on top of that forge by just sharking my way in. And by the time they knew I was there, it was too late to actually splat me. And so then I was in the midst of the enemy team. On that ramp, it's kind of difficult for a long-ranged weapon to actually use the range advantage. It's just hard for them to, like, get line of sight on me or anything. And so I was able to use the cover to get around, and then once the rest of the team was down and we were pushing objective, Big Bubbler, like you saw, really does just hold up the entire enemy team while I shark around and try to take fights near it. Bought one of those, but my PC has a combination headphone mic jack, so I have to figure out if that's even functional. Oh, it was a disconnect. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my mic is USB. But I would think the audio mixers would also have a connector to an audio jack like that. Because I think that they actually use coax, or not coax, I think they actually use aux cables at LANs to plug into the audio mixers. Jim, Killer Whale 5.1 tips, I feel like I throw them out there and nothing happens. Nothing will happen unless there is follow-up. If you're not actively fighting the player who is being whaled, or a teammate is not actively fighting the player who is being whaled, or there's not another special being thrown at the player who's being whaled, you will get practically nothing but information. They need to have some kind of pressure on them for it to be a legitimate threat. How do we know if we got one of the 24 spots? I'll have to go and check the results that come out of the forms to see which ones came in first. And then I will respond to the DMs once that's been sorted. So that'll happen after the... I don't know if directly after the stream, but it won't happen like right this second. But that's okay because the lessons themselves don't even start until the 18th. Alright. Woo, we do not have a lot of aggression, and this is definitely a situation where going a little bit more Battle Junior is not a bad plan. Please get off me. Oh boy. I was definitely getting pinched really hard there from like pretty wide angles apart from each other. So I had to either... I kind of had to commit somewhere just to get out of it. No, I don't want to be here. Okay, okay. What? Aw, man. Oh, one of our teammates disconnected. Why does this keep happening? There have been, like, a whole bunch of disconnects of other players on my team. Can I get to S+ with a low rank weapon? You can get to, like, at least, like, 2600 X power with probably every weapon in the game. Why didn't you get the tacticooler? I think in the moment I wasn't really thinking about it, but one thing about tacticooler is that it ruins your stealth. Like, if I'm using Ninja Squid, it's a little bit more of a decision whether I want to give up the stealth and, like, let opponents know where I am. Since it's so hard for me to get on top of them with such short range, And running tactical, or it might make the difference between whether I get the splat and whether I don't. I don't want to go in on that because they have range on me already, and they're already firing in that direction. We'll grab here, just because we can get it to check before anybody else can. The team has got the area relatively locked down. I'm going to push up past here at this point. Okay, we've got the tank to pop. If we hadn't rushed in and just waited it out for a second, we probably would have been okay. They know I'm here, so I'm just going to jump out. Drop a bomb before you go over the ledge just to see if it gets somebody, if somebody blunders into it. Move around here, try to get this up around the Rainmaker pedestal. A pity that I got there a little bit too late, but... And there's the challenge. They got far enough away from me as soon as they spotted that I was coming at them that I wasn't able to keep the fight going. 52 hits those. I'm not going to be able to hold this. Also, Splatter Shot has the range to hit those. Oh my god. My aim definitely wasn't helping, but I definitely would have had that pick a lot sooner if I'd had a long-range weapon. I think after this we'll do a quick comparison to, like, a T-Tech. There's another thing there where, but when I threw the bomb, I had to move closer to them to be able to hit them. If they had a teammate with them, they would have been able to pick me while I was trying to move forward to splat the Rainmaker. Thank you, teammate. Your sacrifice will not go unspoken. Teammate in mid is probably in some trouble, yep. Help the team there. They're trying to go for the melee hitbox because that's the option that they have to get close to me and do more damage. I was able to splat them, but the front line fell through on the other side. We're gonna keep bombs in places that we don't want people to be able to go. Oh, that's spooky. Just painting our way slowly around to try and find the various players we know are still here. Oh, shoot. I got all the way around. I guess there was someone still on our first checkpoint, and so that slowed my teammates from getting there. I thought they were going to be there already. Well, we got the reset. They're going to push up. Yeah, shoot. I was trying to sneak up and be in position where they thought they had cleared already. Zip is going to go down there. Still someone over here. Backing up. And here I just get boxed out because of range. Oh. Well, that was a surprising shark, but they also missed, so... Didn't really do them any good. die. The bounce put me in a really weird spot. I thought that it was going to push me back, but it actually, like, felt like it drew me in somehow. Yeah, I should have jumped in right away, but I was spotting the situation they were in, and I just subconsciously went like, that's not a safe jump. Taking Sploosh straight to 2600. That is a thing people have done. Heck, people hit 2600 with, like, Sploosh in Splatoon 2, where it was harder. Like, it is doable, but it takes a very high degree of skill to do. And that same high degree of skill could be used to take a stronger weapon even higher than the 2600. And that's why we consider the weapon to be weaker. Like, player skill is always the most important determining factor in whether someone makes progress. But the weapon can have an impact of, like, you know, even if you're familiar with the weapons, maybe like 250 or 300 X power. It's not insignificant. And if you're not familiar with a weapon, then, I mean, that could make a difference of like a 500, 800, 1,000 even. Probably not quite 1,000, but a very high number. And of course, we get the other map now, so it's just not as clean of a comparison, but... So one of the things we'll notice here is that I'm going to get more consistent value out of the special that I'm getting. Clean up the left-hand side over there, just make sure. I can also paradoxically get a little bit closer to the action with the longer range, because I'm able to paint further forward in front of me and clear more of an area to make sure that it's safe. I was expecting to die to that player before I got the dunk, but I'm very happy that I didn't. Oh, they're running a Nova. That would be why. Alright, we made the jump. So that's already pretty good points. And then from here, we'll try and play a little bit more Slayer. See if we can sneak up there and get it. No, probably not, but we can get that player. We're just trying to hold the enemy team back right now so that they can't push any further out, and we can bring the Rainmaker right back up to where we were before. Yeah, but they're throwing all of the specials at us right now, so I don't have quite the ability to do that. This is really scary right now, because there could be people over there, and yeah, I couldn't have checked the ledge that I just painted with a junior. This here, this here, this here. I'm probably gonna die, yeah. So it looks like everyone went left. I feel like we had an opportunity on right, with all of the players being on left, but I guess they were probably just responding to where the Rainmaker went. Oh no. I wanted just like a little bit more time to get my aim on. Okay, nice. We got 2 down. And it's important to note we don't have to pick up if we don't want to here. Oh, crap. All we have to do is keep the enemy team from scoring. You don't want to pick fights with the Tri-Slosh or whatever weapon plan, really. See, there have been players trying to come out on this side here. Hello. Oh, man. Would have been just a little bit better timed. We would have been able to save them. They should actually be able to get a bit of a push off of that. I can't get in range to hit that player, but I can at least paint my teammates' feet from back there. Sure, all of this is unscared, unscarried, unspooked, unspookied. I only saw one jump, and I was like, wait a minute. That might not be a chump. I knew that I was going to be the immediate first target as soon as that went out. Because I was marked, and I was the furthest forward. So I backed up as soon as the Rainmaker got picked up. Some of this stuff painted here. They really only made it to 99, huh? Duck is a really solid competitive player. I've run into them before. What in the world? Oh, they were squid bagging. Okay. I thought they were like ledge glitching, but just like infinitely. So I kept shooting in front of them for a little while, figuring, okay, eventually the game is going to tell me that they actually dropped down from that ledge. But no, they just gave up. Oh, hey, Reborn was the end zap there. I didn't even notice. Look at the paint. Look at the paint output. I realized that I was getting, like, very, very few points at a time. I was like, oh, wait, I should play something that will give me points. Do I want to play this for Clam Blitz? I would probably prefer to play the Crab. So we'll go for that as another example of a junior alternative. The thing that junior players, like I've said, will like about this particular weapon is that it has very similar range, very similar fire rate and damage, and you move the same speed. So all of those things carry over really well. It is definitely a lot more accurate, which makes it really good for aim practice if, like, you're a junior player and you want to really know whether you hit the shots or not. Because, like, this gun is a laser. There's no deviation whatsoever on those shots. John Wick. Okay. Wearing the Special Forces beret, too. John Wick isn't ex-military, is he? I don't think he's ex-military. Well, okay. Oh, wow, I thought I had enough shots there. Man. Good job, team. Let's zip through here real quick. See if we can't catch anyone. We used that ramp there so we could get close to... Oh god, I can't see. We used that ramp to get close to them so that we were in range of them before they had a chance to shoot us. I should probably flee. You run too far away, and then the hammer decides, maybe this isn't going to be safe once the hammer ends. Man. I had a teammate back there, I thought. I don't know if they got splatted or what. But good job, Matt. Try and help where the fight is happening. Dapples ran themselves into trouble there. They backed up further away than they had range to hit. Okay. I think we've got all the clam scores on the right side, so I'm going to move around on the left and then bait back up. Because we know that since I'm marked, players are going to see me, but hopefully that gets them into range of my teammates. Bonk them. Nice. So did he, but ended up trading his dapples. Okay, we're doing okay there. Not a huge push, but we got lead at least. I'll farm up a crab real quick and then try and use that to break in on the left, because it looks like there's someone setting up on our stack. Okay, they backed away from our stack, so we just get it for free now. Not when I'm at that fire rate. Got 2 out of that. They should be able to score here, but they probably won't get much follow-up as long as we collapse on it well. We really need to lock down all the angles here. There. It's covered. And they're well out of our way. Just trying to paint as much as I can at the moment. Hello. No. Stop. It's not a thing. Shoot them! Shoot them! Oh my god, that's the only person that was there. Man. That was a situation where we didn't push up far enough once we got, like, control. That's one. I'll make sure we don't get snuck up on the left here. Nice. And this is free because we just splatted the player who's guarding it. Heal up a little bit first and then go for this. Nice. Crew's gonna try and come back for it. Oh, wow, they actually didn't even have time. I think we were good. I don't remember what the penalty was, but I don't know. With someone coming up over the top right, that might have gone badly. Definitely very close. Ex-mafia, not military. Yeah, okay. Do you have any advice for a sloshing machine player? So your job is to walk forward slowly, basically. Because you can wall people out with your fizzy bomb, with your big hitboxes. As soon as you get a pick when you have Booyah Bomb, pop the Booyah Bomb, throw the Booyah Bomb, and make it so that your team can move forward with it and keep the pressure up. Know where all the choke points are on a map so that you're able to hold them down yourself. Penalty was 20. Oh boy, yeah, that would have been bad, because there was a player coming around on the far right, and if they didn't get stopped, then they would have scored one clam and won the game. So it's a good thing they ran out of time there. How do I get out of B+? I've got a video on that. It's back from Splatoon 2, but it all carries over still. There might be a flank. Yeah, there's... I realized nobody on my team went to the left. We forced that player off, and then that torpedo is going to go all the way across the map, hilariously. My aim was bad. I could have saved my teammate in time. Unfortunate. We don't want to push in yet because we don't have the clams to do it, and by the time we get the clams, they're going to have already respawned. Oh, you saw that, right? Okay, cool. Okay. Anybody notice the dapples? Nobody noticed the dapples. They're just behind us now. So we're probably going to lose another player right there. Yep. And that opens the door for this. Can we stop it? No, we cannot. No, we actually can, because they threw it way too early. Man, they had such a fabulous game plan, like such a good coordinated push, and then for them to mess it up that spectacularly in the execution was very surprising to me. We have got to stop the Stapples from flanking. There's got to be someone watching that. I don't like playing the left, which is why I haven't been going there myself, but if nobody's going to watch it at all, I have to. Oh, man. Oh, no. That's a lot of points we just lost. Secure the perimeter, please. Stop them from coming back in. Okay. Let's get all of this cleared out. Just get my ink back there. Should have a crab ready to go, and actually we can really start moving in here. What? Oh, shoot. I got a headshot by that. I have way too much faith in the crab armor. There have been too many situations, I think, where I've tried to attack a crab and felt like I should have been able to hit the body of the player, and it didn't happen. Yeah, I can't push that any further. I didn't want this. See, they're watching the flank. Granted, part of that was because I've just been scurrying around mid there, like chicken with its head cut off. We've got to stop letting this happen. Oh my god. Playing the left side. Stop that. There's one down. Damaged. Go. Come on! How does this keep happening? How are they getting past us? I watched to the left that time. They came from someplace else. Just gonna try and keep an eye on the map, I guess. There. On the wall now. Underneath me. Teammates got him good. There's the Dapples. They're down. I kind of want to just move up to the Pity Clam, because, yeah, we've got to push. We've got to push right here. We did not push. You got to keep going. Gotta go in. No. That was the time to go in, and we were elsewhere. Well, that's game, because we're going to lose the power plant before we can do anything. I feel like looking back at that, there are going to be some plays there where the Dapples were able to sneak by when we had someone in position to see them coming, and they didn't get stopped. Is it worth it to keep a power clam from breaking when you're not pushing? It really depends on the situation. You have to weigh the exact advantages and disadvantages that they have. A power clam reveals you, even through walls. It gives them wall hacks on you, which is awful. It's also something that you can't throw as far as an individual clam. I typically advise not having a power clam at all until you get to the basket, ideally, but you can't always guarantee that. With situations where you need to score a lot of points and you've got like an overtime push, it might be worth it to keep Power Clam alive because that's a lot of scoring potential. And you kind of need that to be able to get all the way to the lead you need. So, different situations call for different tactics. Really aggressively right away. Trying to stay in this fight. Trying to just get my crab. Dapple Doolies. I think they're the same ones in our base again. Why are they out here? The base isn't even protected yet. They're still here. Okay, good trade. I really do not want to keep that particular corner painted their color because then they're going to be able to use it to score. Oh no, I fell. Crap. I even got 2 shots on them. I could have finished the splat if I'd stayed alive. Wait, what? Did they... Was I shooting at the dualies and they rolled? I didn't even see the player land on the jump there. I need to go back and look at that. They probably just rolled and I missed that. Yeah. Probably should expect that, given how many of us were down and how little mid-control we had at that point. Okay, so someone's around on the left-hand side. Right there. At least I traded it. Teammates got the machine in the meantime. There's 3. Nice. There's nobody to come this way, is the problem with your plan here. Well dead. Like, they're playing as if we back here are all the way up there with them. There's a lot of green ink in between us and them that we have to worry about, even if they're deciding not to. Oh boy. A little bit too aggressive of an idea there. I don't think Crab really works from that positioning anyway. Great plan. It lives, good. Oh man, I hit like 3 shots on each of them. They had good aggro juggling there. It can kind of bait you sometimes when you hit shots on one person and then they like switch spots with their teammates. So now, oh no, I just revealed myself and there's way too much going on for me to dive in like that. We probably just lose by KO here. Yeah, I don't see this. Okay, they don't have any clams is the thing. So we get to keep playing for 1 more minute. What's happening here? Where is everybody? Okay. They rolled, okay. Number 1 score booster. I threw 1 power clam. We'll finish the ticket out at least. Yeah, I saw the roller at one point was like pushed into the enemy base when we had we didn't have our basket cleared out, and then we ended up clearing out the basket, but then the roller is like this waying at us when all of mid is painted, expecting us to like jump into its big bubbler or something, which like we did, and that was the way that we scored the only time we did, but it's always going to be a bad push that way. It would have been a lot more helpful to have them clearing up on defense. Cat, you cannot get on top of my computer. Go away. You can be in my lap. You can be in your bed. You can be in a number of different places. But on top of the computer is not one of them. That is where you accidentally turn it off and stop the stream. Them sharking as you were being scored on. Yeah. it was that kind of thing. Where they're like in territory that our team does not control. Let's get this up here, and that should... Oh, hey, cat. Oh, they're so weak. There we go, found him. This is spooky. Ah, yeah. I did not realize I was going to have that, and as soon as I got it, I realized they were going to be able to see me. Is there still someone behind us? Sentry Guard's looking backwards. Okay. Should be good. Should have got some paint here. Over there. Oh no. I got in way too deep there. Nope, not quite. We back up from there as the heavy looks. Got a couple of specials. Hopefully those come in soon. Yeah, there we go. Stuck back there. I can't get in there. Ooh, machine on me. Oh my god. I feel like the fights that I'm taking look good. Trying to figure out what's not happening. Okay, that's that player gone. Let's see if I can sweep around the left and catch this one. Nope. Little greedy, but stopped him. I'll just get a crab up here. Cam's ready to go over here. I should have painted that torpedo there. Getting a little tangled in the wires below me. Take your pick. I'm so close to crab, just give me the crab. There we go. Down here. How many shots did I hit on them? What? There we go. It's 2. Oh no, my other teammate was going for the power clam, and when I picked it up, it screwed up their movement. They probably would have been able to score it. That's unfortunate. That's one of the kinds of things that callouts are going to help. Okay. I'm safe. Let's get over here and just dive this guy. Oh man. Where are they jumping to? Nice, got them. Knew that the heavy was coming that way, and then seeing that the junior wasn't looking. Got them at the same time. Unfortunate. Oh boy. I died of that, yeah. That was confusing. There were a lot of situations there where I knew there were players who were on my team who were looking at that spot. And then something happened over there anyway. Maybe there were flanks coming in that I wasn't painting for. Oof. I feel like trying again one more time. Hi there, cat. Petting Romeo for good luck. Indeed, indeed. Alright, bye. It is time for you to do your duty to the channel. Come and say hi. Squish. Hey there, Mr. Kitty. Hello. There he goes. He's all curled up now. I did a decent job of painting at least. Okay, where are you going, cat? What's the plan here? Are we getting off the lap? Are we just soliciting more pets? Let's make up our minds now. I'm gonna bias you towards off the lap so that I can play. Alright. He is off the lap. So we've already got one, which is awesome. Let's just try and zip in here before they recognize that that thing is... this is not a good place for him to drop. Oh, crap. Goal here is just keep them bottled up in this spot long enough for us to come around and be able to create space. Let's just walk this across the top, right? That's a thing we can do. Or we can just spot the player who is in our way and do this. Okay, we got him. We have clams. I should probably go grab some clams myself. Ah, okay. So much for that. Yeah, I thought I could get that player. I was like, wait a minute, you don't have initiative on me. Okay, good look so far. Ooh! I didn't even know that player was there. Great bird bomb jump. Nice. And this player is going to do this. Okay. I don't know what we mean by this way because they're just going to score on us from here. Okay, well, at least we stopped them from scoring more. Are we gonna jump that? Okay. What teammates should have done was grab the power clam so that they could possibly jump it in too, but at this point it's too late. Unless... Okay, now it's too late. Nice, that's 2 down. Mac Dennis. Very Scottish name. We're doing a great job of slaying. We just need to actually get the clams there safely. And the defenders are doing a good job of actually focusing on the objective. But I think this should do it. I moved a little bit because I wasn't sure if I was going to be in range before, and I knew I was going to be underneath the ledge, so they wouldn't be able to shoot me right away once I got there. I was watching to see if any purple ink showed up in front of me, because then I would have known that someone would have an angle on me and I needed to throw it sooner than later, but there was never any there. They were all coming from the top side, so I could just hug the ledge and I was safe. Meow. You want some pets? You have limited time for pets. Okay, you don't want me to grab you. Admittedly, that was an awkward position for me to grab him from, and he probably wouldn't enjoy it, but... I don't know, man. If you want some pets, then you can't just sit there meowing at me. You gotta get up here. I know I could move to him, but you guys know why I can't do that. Victory pets. Yes. One of the weapons Romeo mains is the Rapid Pro Deco. Yeah, I can see that. I feel like Romeo would be a zoner. Nice. Alright, we get absolutely nothing after that, but we did score, I guess. I'd like to be able to... Oh, okay. How did that happen? Lol. Coming around the right? I don't think there's someone coming around the right. I think that's leftovers. Nice. Fortunately, I'm the only one left. I'm gonna scoot out of here. I don't, not good that me and my teammate ended up standing right on each other's toes there. $3v2. Already going in. They're just, like, constantly going in here, and it's working. But I'm also, like, never ready for the push when it happens. Oh, man, they came up right behind me, too, right as I was running away. Yeah. As soon as I went airborne, I realized that I was in an ink strike and I was probably dead. They might be able to get lead here. Okay, good. We cleared out the most important corner there. Now we just need to make sure that they're off our bunker. Okay, yeah, no more options on the left side here. We should also make sure that they can't do this. Got one. Crab tank wasn't going to be doing me much good there. I guess maybe I could have lived a little bit more of the tri-strike, but by then they would have had their aim on me. I was tempted to just super jump the pity in there, but probably better to save it just in case we need it for an emergency. I don't think they're gonna know. No, they don't know. Now they know. Cool. Is teammate going back for pity? No, they're just moving up to top mid. This is a really good spot to look at what's going on. Nobody knew where I was. All right. See if we can get 3 in a row. Do you consider the splash too powerful in the game still, or is it in a healthy place? It's still the best weapon in the game, but it's not by nearly as much anymore. There are a number of other weapons that are capable of dealing with it. I put out a tier list recently. I think Machine and Ballpoint are the 2 weapons that are really like on par with the Splash, and there are a couple of others that are really close behind. Are the lessons from the forum supposed to be solo or team lessons? I think they were kind of designed after the solo lessons. Team lessons are usually longer. Like on Metafy, the offering for teams is actually 2 hours long, which gives us time to both VOD review and talk about all of the different players in the match and then set some goals. But if you show a match that's by the team, like, I'll do the best that I can to cover as much as I can in an hour. Doesn't make a huge difference. Top mid already. Not too far before they stops to paint anything. Always good to watch just to see if there's someone who's just like streaking right at you. I thought they didn't see me and they were baiting me to try to go for it. Climbed back up the wall and then dodge rolled down. Didn't help that I gave the roller vision of me while I was doing it, but the dualies had it covered. Sure. There we go. I win that, I get to score, but I did not. He was going to be tight, and I probably would only score like 1 or 2 clams. Oh, hello. When did that occur? That's not a safe fight to jump into. I feel like they're gonna die soon. Oh, well, traded anyway. I don't like this angle. Oh my god. I don't know where I put the crab tank in that position. Maybe I just dropped down on the cut, and I've still got some height. Oh, hi. That keeps happening to me. I got them the lead by 1 point. I can jump to that safely. They get there first. Doesn't matter, we wouldn't have scored anyway. Oh, he's gonna be here soon. Even if I don't, we lose the power clam. The roller did a good job of getting into places where we weren't expecting them. There were a bunch of beacons that I only noticed visually, wasn't checking the map enough to see them. So then all of a sudden it'd be like, there's a roller on my screen, when did that happen? Your opinion, what's the best roller in the game currently? Carbon Deco. I don't think it's close. Oh, wait, no, Flingza. I forgot about, like, the one that plays like an ambush weapon, Carbon Deco, and it's not close. But roller overall, Flingza. Because it's a paint support that gets missiles, but then also gets to be a roller sometimes. Well, can't finish the ticket. Big sad. It is TC. Inkblot and Sturgeon. Oh, I kind of want to keep playing, but I also need to get started on the video for today. So I'm going to hang up the thing you hang up when you're a video gamer, a game player, a player of games. And we're gonna go and we're gonna raid Becca. Becca, for those of you who don't remember, was the player who we did professional development with on the Clash Blaster. So let's go say hi. Here are my links. Here are the things that I do on the interwebs for you to click on if you feel like clicking on them. And let's go say hi to Becca. School's out. School's out at some point here. I'm told before the raid actually goes through that it just kind of cuts out. So I don't know when it's going to stop, but it'll be funny.